Hooray for boobies!
Every time.
Every single time. Well, Ned is alive and well amongst us, apparently.
Well, he is alive and well amongst us. He just doesn't happen to live in this state anymore.
Well, he's not amongst us, then, is he? He's elsewhere.
So, yes. We're on session 35 now, I believe.
Something like that. Yeah, sounds about right.
Sounds right.
Is that fucking hell from you, Liz?
I said, holy cow.
Oh, I thought you said fucking hell.
So,
that's as we mean to go on.
Last time, amidst many technical difficulties, we had introduced the new party. They had climbed up to the Hanging Manse. They had discovered the horrible, horrible destruction that lay within, and made their way up to where... Why is Vecna appearing on the Skype?
What?
Sorry, it must have been shuffling randomly.
I think it does for you. If there's no one displaying, I think it shows random pictures of who you're talking to.
I was momentarily worried because that should not happen, really. But anyway. Yes, so you had found the workshop of Birkenin, where he had a newly hung-up elven oracle beside the troll one.
Oh! Indignity.
Yes. And then you promptly faced him and his remaining constructs and gave him the mind of a snail.
Well, that was very nice.
Not quite a snail, a mouse. A mouse.
Yay.
At which point he flew away after getting a very heavy beating from Gorham, I believe.
Not heavy enough, obviously.
And then you found that there was a whole bunch of stuff on the workshop tables, particularly these shards made of various types of star metal, 3 of them, I believe, as well as these journals, which appear to have been written by some elven oracle called Gary, possibly the one who's hung up on the wall, and of course revealed the plot information you know up till now, particularly the last couple pages, mentioning how in order to find the 4th shard, which some divination method using the prior shards had revealed it to be in Carmega, but no further information, the group of Pathfinders had basically made an agreement with Vargan of the Troll Argers to rescue her brother Augustil from Birken and Ardok, bring him back safe and alive, and either through the Troll's own information or possibly through Augustil's gift of true prophecy, they would be able to assist the Pathfinders in obtaining that 4th shard or a location where it should be. Augustil is currently strapped to a very torturous device, many tubes inserting various liquids into him, and is kind of very languidly babbling something over and over in a language none of you understand.
Awesome.
Including Alex.
Including Alex, who does not know many languages, Common, Elven, and Thassalon.
More than me.
Home to roost.
I don't know whether the king did.
You
I
could,
don't either. And for luck, I have a blank. Oh no, there we go.
yeah. You went to go get his spell cards.
Yes.
That one said, I'm going to get my spell card.
So, some of the spells are things I don't quite know because they're new and interesting spells, such as share language.
Ah, yes.
So
Terry almost took that at one point.
You can share your facility for one particular language with another creature. For 24 hours, the target can read, understand, and communicate to the best of its ability in any one language which you already know. So, yada 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 da 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 da. Yes, this appears to be something which she will suggest if she should share with the troll the knowledge of common, which she thinks it's kind of odd that the troll doesn't know common, being from Karamega, but trolls.
So she's sharing her its language with the troll. Can she share the troll's language with herself?
No.
So
Okay,
okay,
so
allow
it's
the
on-
troll to speak common. Yeah.
Basically, yeah, takes a language that the caster already knows and passes that knowledge on to someone else. Technically, she could choose two languages, but really, since one of them's common, it doesn't matter much.
What language do trolls speak?
Trolls would probably normally speak giant, possibly something more, maybe orc or Aklo or something else like that. No, I think mostly giant, if anything. I think probably. There's just one thing I need to check. So she gathers up the courage and casts a spell and touches the troll, who doesn't make too much a response to it as the machine continues cutting into him elsewhere.
Mm.
Is there an off switch on the machine somewhere?
The machine is quite complex.
Of course it is.
If you wish, again, I don't think anyone else has a decent disable device. Alex would probably look to trying to find a way to turn it off.
I have knowledge engineering.
Yeah, that might work.
Did I
I've
miss
got an
this bit?
Atlantean sword that drips acid.
I'm not very good at it.
You might have possibly missed it. There was a whole lot of dropping in and out last session.
Yeah, this was the bit where I couldn't get back on, isn't it?
Maybe.
Maybe this was the stuff after the battle. So yes. So do you want to hear in detail the horrible apparatus he's strapped into?
Possibly a good idea.
So the strange mechanism takes up almost an entire wall of the workshop. In the center, the troll hangs spread eagle with deep spikes driven through his wrists and ankles. His stomach is flayed open, the skin held that way with hooks, and the ropes of his innards and organs are held in front of him by a metal basin that protrudes from the apparatus on extendable arms. Long tubes run from painful-looking ports in the troll's skin to clear glass alembics in sealed vessels of steel and copper. Sparks leap sporadically between contact points on the rack, and a fan of tubes like pipes on an organ rises up to almost the top of the wall. Several styluses on mechanical arms scribble on sheaves of paper, while the apparatus as a whole constantly cuts and tugs and adjusts to offset the troll's regeneration, maintaining the tormented creature in an equilibrium of torture.
Nice.
Sounds lovely. I rolled a 16 for knowledge engineering.
Okay. While you're not able to notice any particular off switch, it would appear that it's probably controlled by a number of various dials that control multiple intense.
You're clipping.
Okay,
And now you're back.
and now I'm back.
I didn't hear that either.
Okay. So basically what you figure out is that the parts doing the cutting and stuff are somewhat fragile and could be fairly easily removed. And at that point, that part would be done with at least.
Mm. Is there a way to turn down the intensities, you said, with the dials?
It would be difficult. There's a multiple of dials, and it's difficult to determine which ones, say, deal with the various liquids pouring into him, which ones are doing the cutting, which ones are holding the intestines, which ones are scribbling things down. It's quite complex.
I can just
so what
attempt
you
to sunder the bloody thing.
Well, I don't know what he's going to do if we release him from it, though. He could go like apeshit crazy.
Just because he's been tortured here for weeks or whatever.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Furthermore, let me just check this. Furthermore, despite Alex casting the spell, the troll does not seem to respond in common or take any particular notice of anything spoken to him.
We get the impression he's like crazy shithouse rat at this point.
Sorry, what was that?
Do we get the impression he's a little bit gone?
He is saying something, and it is, again, there is these multiple liquids being pushed into him that may be having an effect on him.
We could always start disconnecting hoses at least.
Okay, I know. Linz, do you have anything that will like alleviate poisoning or remove like some kind of purification thing?
I was just about to ask the Oracle about if he had anything like that.
I have detect poison.
I have nothing like that.
You don't have any sort of restoration type thing?
I have lesser restoration.
That sounds like it might not be enough.
How?
Yes, sweetie.
There's a decent delay building up on when you're speaking and when you're being heard through this.
Really?
Just, yes.
So
Like-
no,
5 seconds or so at least now.
Is that because we tried to do the video?
I don't know.
I
It's
don't
not
know
happening
either.
to anybody else.
It was working before when we were just doing the audio.
Well, how do you know it's not happening?
Just doing every bit.
Clip.
Lindsay?
Yes.
Well, that was fast.
It seems to only can tell. I'm coming in. Just a walk, be aware.
Okay.
Clipping.
Should Lindsay maybe turn off her video? Would that help, do we think?
Possible.
So we can do that. Hang on.
Oh, still pretty though.
yep.
Yeah.
In loot, there is of potions of elixir of life you could make troll. That might make him less likely to go berserk if you used.
Thing there as well.
I don't know. I'm hearing things fairly fine on my end.
Me too.
Are you recording this?
I am.
Okay, good job, because we may need to use your audio, because when we're clipping, I think the recording machine is hearing the clipping, but it's difficult to tell, because all I've got is a little bar going up and down.
Yeah. There's a little bit of clipping there, but yeah. In general, mine's pretty good at hearing things.
Okay, if we need to use your audio, that'll be fine. Just means that the audio, we'll just have to drop the video if it's clipped.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Do we want to disable video, see if that helps overall?
Disable video?
Yeah.
It's probably going
Lindsay-
to help.
Well, I mean, it would be one less thing you guys are receiving.
No, I mean, it's probably going to help. I mean,
Oh.
if you want to leave yours, we seemed fine with just yours. If Thing turns his off, maybe that'll be enough.
Turn off. Okay, just said it turned my video off.
Yeah.
It's not a great improvement, dude.
Well, how are we doing? Is
That seems fine now.
Lindsay, can you notice any improvement or
Everybody seems to be talking better.
is his Hal's delay less?
He needs to speak for me to understand. To hear.
Test me.
Yes, it's better.
Okay, so Okay. Well,
Lockhart, do that thing you did with Lindsay where you're like 1, 2, 3, and I'll say hi.
1, 2, 3.
Hi.
Yeah.
Seems fine, Hal.
Okay.
All right.
So, oh well. At least we figured our equilibrium level.
It
Yeah.
seems that we're good. We're good like this. We can see you at least, which is the important thing.
Aw, Hal.
I know, right?
It's,
we
fucking
know where the talent lies.
it's horrible that we have to play like this.
It is a
It
bit
is.
sad. It was really good in the old days of Google Plus when we could see everyone at the bottom and stuff. But
I honestly, well, I think what's happened is we've probably got some folks who've moved into the area, or who've moved to Comcast, and our local network is just hitting its max. And obviously, Comcast isn't going to admit to that because they're a bunch of wankers.
yeah,
So what they're like is like, you need to upgrade your speed, but I'm not 100% certain that upgrading our speed will actually improve this problem.
Yeah.
Me and
Because
Thing
the
were talking about that earlier.
because the pipe ain't going to be any wider.
Yeah.
It's just going to be our stuff's going faster down it.
So yes. So anyway, we're good for now. So yes, you're faced with this issue. How do you approach it? What do you attempt to do?
What we were saying was available thing, some kind of potion.
We've got 2 elixirs of love in the stuff.
I suppose now I can properly reveal him since the battle's over, and you're now interacting with him.
And he's like 4 times bigger than the machine on the map.
Well, no, he's again. This is his space, but he'd be in
Oh,
that area.
He doesn't look very friendly. Just gonna say.
At least he's already got a bunch of wounds, so if you need to disable him, he probably. Is anybody good at unkilling disabling?
What?
I'm good at the kind of killing disabling if he goes berserk, but
Well,
is anybody
but
good
aren't trolls hard to kill anyway?
I think they are.
this machine would seem to indicate that.
Is it worth me dispelling magic and seeing how much of the stuff around here stops?
Possibly.
What do you think would happen if we cast Dispel Magic on this machine? Because it's got to have. It does seem to have some magical components, right?
To be perfectly honest, I think it's largely made of construct building and alchemy and stuff. And again, there was this thing of sparks. I think this is actually proper technology. Because these are the Ardocs who are quite skilled at that type of stuff.
Right.
So my Sunder would work to disable it, but that might also free him.
You're just desperate to smack this thing, aren't you?
It's shiny and clanky.
So, can we try and disable some of these knifey things that are not currently cutting him?
Sure. If you want, Alex, can you have a go at that?
Either that or we'll just get Thing to break them, one or the other.
Yeah. So, yeah. To be perfectly honest, again, it's not the. Yeah. Oh, yeah. With a natural 20 and a 37, Alex is able to disable the cutting mechanisms. The flesh starts healing around, pulling the innards out of the plate back inside his stomach cavity.
That's good. And while he's healing, does anyone else need healing?
I could use a little bit.
How much are you down? I've no idea what your max is. What do you need?
Let me double check that.
Are you a serious wound or a critical wound?
I am down like 30-ish.
Unfortunately,
Uh-huh.
as the healing starts beginning on him, there also seems to be a slight boost to his otherwise languid appearance, and he starts lifting his head up and shaking it, and then roaring out some monstrous sounding words and struggling against the machine, and is seen to start pulling his arms and legs off of the iron spikes.
Well, that's good.
Calm down, big fella.
We may need to have initiative, even though I will need him to make strength checks to properly pull his body off the iron spikes.
13.
Is Hal and I still big? Probably not.
No, that only lasts rounds, and I imagine you probably would have dispelled it before you started walking around and stuff, because it's not the largest place.
But being big was fun.
Lindsay,
Mm-hmm.
I need
initiative.
to heal. Lockhart, how long do we have to like poke around and all that stuff?
I
We've
suppose-
managed to heal the party.
I suppose, yeah, you would have poked around and stuff. So yeah, you can go ahead and cast use the healing one and stuff before, and that makes sense.
So we're going to heal up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, okay. So do you want me to roll for the castings for the charges?
If you're using the wand, then yeah. Who are you healing first? Yourself?
Makes sense because we feel like we were in. Yes, I'll heal me first.
Yeah.
I'm at 27 of. How many hit points do I have, Lockhart? 69, I think.
27 out of 69 is what I have.
All right, let's see how many charges we're going for. What are we on?
I can't remember how much.
What is it? 1d8 plus 1, right?
Yeah, for a wand.
6. How do I re-roll again? Look. Oh, that's it. Got it. 6. 9. Woo.
Healing up the
7.
party.
Hey, roll them.
Pretty nice rolls.
That's
Pretty nice
4.
rolls.
Thanks. 9. Might be me healed.
Yeah.
Not quite. Hang on. That's me healed. So I'm back to 69.
Oh.
All right, Thing, what are you needing?
I am down
How many
38.
rolls was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 6 rolls, so 6 charges down. 38. Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
8. 2.
Oh, there's a roll below 4 now.
5. 7. 2. Because it's on Thing. 3. How are we doing, Thing?
I'm at
2.
60.
3.
The wand
2.
starts to smoke slightly, being used round after round.
3.
That's good. I'm only down 2 now.
Yeah.
Alex could use a
Okay.
charge or 2.
Okay, doing him too.
She's down 11 hit points.
4. 2.
Yeah.
5.
Ah.
That were 10, 13, 19 charges. Take it off ones that we found. Pile.
Did you find them in the pile? I guess.
Oh no, the magic missile ones in the pile. You're right.
Yeah.
I'll take it off the one I have.
We got 4 cure serious wound potions, but
Okay, so that's healing done. So yes, now initiative for this guy. Is gonna be, what's his modifier? Ooh, he has a +5.
Oh dear.
Very nice though.
Good work, Lockhart.
So, Alex gets first go. I believe the prudent thing to do will be to draw a rapier and promptly step back and look to the others and ask, what are we going to do? That doesn't look good. And then basically just
never really
ripping it.
decided if we were taking this guy back or what. We could just leave.
sounds like there's money and maybe another artifact in it if we can bring him back. At least the trail to another artifact.
I mean,
Okay, we better
again,
subdue
to,
him.
to,
then,
to be
rather
perfectly
than kill
honest,
him.
again, Alex would have shared earlier, it is rather hard to outright kill trolls unless you employ fire or acid.
You mean like my sword?
Yes.
Well, I can suppress the D6 acid, just not the D10 acid on criticals.
So just don't crit, you'll be fine.
Okay. I've only got like a 25% chance of crit, or the way the dice rolls here, a 5% chance.
So next up will be Juniper.
Hmm.
Might be time to get witchy on him just in case.
I'm looking.
Slumber?
Well, it might be time to drop his ability to resist that for a moment.
I was just looking at my headphones.
Flapheart, is any of my auras still running?
How long were they?
One was like 10 minutes a level, I think. I daren't look because it's going to make us all clip, so you guys can look for me.
Oh, how kind of you. What were the spells?
Right? Aura of Doom and Archon's aura.
Is it my go or your go, Hal?
I suppose
Shogo, I'm just checking what's up.
in reality, you guys probably took a good 10-15 minutes looking over all the stuff.
Yeah.
Archon's aura would be gone because it would
Middle
only
level.
have been 9 minutes or so.
Aura of Doom, then.
I think I would like to cackle.
Typically, you need a hex going to cackle.
Okay.
Aura of Doom would be on.
Hmm.
So yes, you will need to make a will save.
You talking to Hal or to me?
No, I'm talking about the troll to Hal, yes. The 27 will make that will save, though.
Yeah,
That's
well.
good. Last we need is him running loose, too, away from us.
So, yes, Lindsay, what would you like Juniper to do as this creature suddenly starts healing and becomes very erratic and aggressive?
Possibly misfortune.
Misfortune? Okay, that's good. So he has
Within 30 feet, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So he does need to make a will save against that, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, look out. What's his
29
will?
plus-
12!
Yes.
Holy crap!
Well, he is an oracle.
My will save is probably not that.
I think he does rather save against the misfortune.
Yeah.
Gorham.
Well, following the wise Alex's advice that trolls are hard to kill, I will suppress the standard acid of my sword and take a whack at him to try and
Okay.
put him down.
So step up.
I'll take a whack at him. I like that.
And let's see. I need to. Well, that won't happen until I come to damage. See, first to hit.
Wow.
Yes, the 36 will definitely hit him.
All right. Shall I just go into second attack too, and then do damage?
I suppose didn't well. The one thing is, didn't you say something about not being able to suppress the acid on a critical?
Yeah.
And doesn't an 18 crit threat with your falchion?
Well, yeah,
Easily.
15 or up.
So let's determine the crit first, shall we?
All right. Let me.
So you're confirming.
Oh yeah. Let me just adjust. 21.
26, you're plus 5, aren't you?
Oh yeah, plus 5 to confirm. Yeah.
Oh, then yes, that will confirm.
All right, now let me look up what my damage would be without the D6. Okay.
I just need to make sure I check regeneration here.
Can you opt out of the plus 5 to confirm?
Well, I mean, a person can always choose to fail a roll, I believe. You can only. Creature with not die. Regeneration is functioning.
So I'd have to not do his.
Creature. So during the round that it would take the damage, they cannot heal any damage and they can die normally. So if you're trying to subdue him, you do want to be careful not to hit him with acid, yes.
Okay. Can I intentionally fail my critical confirmation?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, again, you're trying just to stab him, basically, or whatever.
Subpar stabbing. So then
You're,
I'll
you're
just
not
do
trying to cut his head off, essentially.
damage, no damage for crit. 29.
All right. He's nice. Him. Nice cut. Take a while to redo that. So do you just 5-foot step? So do you still have a second attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
18 will miss.
Restrict.
Yes.
Wow.
The skin is still quite tough.
Well, I guess he's got to hide.
But he's big.
In -1. So it Demir next.
Well, holy up.
Demir with 2 eyes.
Well,
Oh,
What?
just excellent was roll.
Oops.
what?
Something you shouldn't have. Right, Al.
Oh, sorry. I guess before he gets out of here, it looks like we're going to fight him. I will cast Blessing of Fervor on the party.
All right. Party is fervored. So then it will be Augustil's turn. So I'm going to say a strength DC 20 to pull out.
Shouldn't it be a will check?
A what? A will check?
Shouldn't it be a will save to pull out, Lockhart?
Ha ha ha, funny.
It is not
What?
a very reliable method.
No, it's not very reliable at all.
Yes, and we'll give him 2 attempts because he does have 2 claw attacks normally. So this is attempt on his turn to free his claws. Oh, I suppose he has a bite there, but that wouldn't have reach, would it? Yeah.
Just that tongue of his, apparently.
Yes. Well, check for the race, so that be +6. This, so the first one does escape. This one does. So next turn, have an additional to attack with, and a bite. She will against. Let's see. Form is 1. There's 2. So he will attack Gorham with it.
Hooray!
So a 29.
Jesus.
Yeah. He
Yes.
probably likes the taste of adamantium.
So in the midst of babbling something, it sounds like he's saying the same thing over and over, but again, none of you can quite understand it. He reaches forward and just chomps into Gorham's shoulder, doing 7 points of damage.
And I get my DR on that?
Yes.
I think we might just have to kill him.
Yeah, right. You might have to slumber him. That's what we might have to do. But he's got his full saves right now.
So it's a bit pointless.
We need to work him down. You have a cursed hex, which means you can try misfortune again on him.
So back to Alex's turn, who will probably drop the sword and just take up a bow because Alex has had enough of being bowed around, I think. Activate luck and shoot an arrow. So -4 to this. But that will still hit. 25 for 10 points of damage.
Nice.
Oh, and yes, of course, on the troll's turn, the wounds slightly healed up, but Gorm's attack was pretty significant, and yes, you guys are out-damaging the regeneration. Juniper.
Oh, and Blessing of Fervor options, too.
Oh, yes. Oh, I suppose probably would have taken the extra damage on that. Would that have been a +2, Hal?
Yeah, it's +2, I think. It's +2 to hit. Is it plus? That's just a hit, I think, isn't it?
Oh, okay, so no damage? Okay.
I think it's +2 to hit, +2 to AC, +2 to reflex saves, almost that one.
So we've taken a bonus, so
damage.
it would have hit even easier. So yes.
But it could have took an extra attack, which would give him another shot, right?
Didn't have a full round action, had to drop a weapon and draw another.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So, Lindsay.
Can I just lightning bolt him?
You could, but you would hit Demir in the process. You would have to move to stand in front of Alex, and then you could have a clear line of sight, and then you could lightning bolt the troll. Which you could do this turn if you want.
Anything that requires him to will save is pretty much not going to work because his will save is ridiculous.
Well, you could witch him a little bit and see if you can get his will save down.
Well, yes, all of the things that I need to do that require will saves.
However, Evil Eye, Lindsay, even if they make the save, Evil Eye is just reduced to 1 round duration, which you can then cackle for eternity.
That's true.
Hang on, let me read what I'm doing.
So you could Evil Eye something and, yeah.
Okay.
And it would still go through even if he saves.
Okay. I have mountains of text trying to take in.
You do.
Okay, Evil Eye then.
So what are you targeting? His AC, his attack, or his saves?
I'm going to suggest his saving throws.
It's a good call.
Okay. So
They are way too good.
I mean, again, he well, I suppose we'll see. I guess if he fails, you might not need to cackle. But he doesn't.
Wow.
So that
She didn't pick her further either.
Oh, that's right.
I think
You have a fervor, but I don't think there's too much to use a hex. So, well, you could get the AC bonus. Not that it matters much because you're fairly. Well, I guess he could hit you. You might want to take a step back, Lindsay.
That's right, he's got reach.
He has long, trolley arms.
I'm taking a step back.
I might have to just turn on the acid and disarm him next round.
Turn on the acid and disarm him.
Yeah, I mean, lop off both his arms.
I understand what you're meaning.
So Evil Eye is only going for 1 round.
But then next round you're going to cackle and just continue it going.
Okay.
Yes. And right now he's taking a -4 to all saving throws.
Which is lovely.
So yes. So I mean, again, you could take a fervor option, but since he's still pinned to the machine, it doesn't really matter too much at the moment.
I don't understand what you mean by further options.
I cast Blessing of Fervor, which gives you options every turn.
Okay. Did I miss that?
Yeah, you were in the restroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the spell I cast in the last combat. It lets you have an extra attack. It lets you hit better. It lets you cast a spell as if it was extended, silenced, or blah blah blah. What else does it do?
Can it do anything to
Stand up
hexes?
as swift action.
Yeah, stand up as it can't do anything with hexes. No, I'm afraid.
Well, okay. So
So you may as well take the one that gives you increased armor class and just stick with that
okay.
for now.
So my AC's what? Now?
It's +2, just
Yeah.
+2.
Okay.
As is your reflex saves and your to hit.
So then it will be Gorm's turn.
We are going to hit the living crap out of him.
I
With on
guess-
acid again.
I guess you're taking the extra attack then.
Yes.
Hey, Goran, if you 5-foot step down and I 5-foot step over twice, do we consider flanking at that point because he's large?
Unfortunately, he is in the corner. There is really no proper way to flank him right now.
God damn him.
Will a 21 hit?
Yes.
Yay.
All right. Shall I just do damage, or shall I roll the other hits?
Up to you. You might just want to roll the other hits if it's easier. Then you can roll your damage.
29, and
Yes.
that's I will forgo the. No, that's only 11. Never mind.
Yeah, it's only an 11. You just have that big of a bonus.
Right.
And 26. Oh wait, no, sorry, that was a damage. I think.
Doesn't
No,
say it
that's
is.
a D20.
No, that was a D20. Okay, that's yeah.
Okay, so that one does
26.
crit threat, but I think you were saying you were ignoring crits because you don't want to kill him.
Yeah.
So you get your damage 3 times.
Yep. So
3
let's
hits?
see. 30,
Yes.
28,
Nice.
He's very heavily wounded,
27.
and he falls limp in the machine's grasp, hanging only by the spike through one arm and those in his ankles, I believe.
Nice work.
And is his wound slowly closing?
They are.
Of course
Okay.
they are.
Just want to make sure I didn't put him too far down.
Well, unless someone hits him with acid or fire, you could
He's
keep
gonna-
whacking him all day. You could
Okay.
reduce him to a thumb, and he would still regenerate.
Well, that would make him easier to carry.
That's true, right? Let's just take his thumb and burn the rest. Yeah.
I don't think it works like that.
No, that's no fun at all.
The thumb would have to be the small piece of his body.
Mm.
But you
So
could-
do we? Oh,
Essentially, you cut him in two, which half is regenerating. Okay, you cut that half in two, which half is regenerating.
I guess the biggest
Yes.
half, right?
Probably, yes.
Mm.
But in any event, he is currently, again, unconscious. You have a couple rounds before I'd have to have him wake up, because he's down. So what
So-
would you like to do?
Can we have Lindsay continue to cackle to keep her hex up? And can we have her attempt to hex him again to drop his saves even further?
His saves won't drop further.
But she can misfortune.
No, he saved against misfortune.
But she's got a cursed hex, which means she can try it again.
Oh, does she?
Yep,
Okay.
I believe you do, don't you?
I don't know what you're. I can't hear what you're saying clearly enough.
Do you have a feat called a cursed hex?
I haven't seen it on anything.
Maybe you don't have it.
Well, if you think I have it, then you have to come and find where it is.
I don't know where feats are on these sheets.
Well,
I'll come find it if it's there.
it's on her Mythweaver sheet.
Okay. If it's on the Mythweavers one, then...
Oh, there it is. It's on the first page under abilities, sweetie. Feats and special abilities.
okay.
Do you have it there?
I think so. I can't read your writing clearly.
Does it look like it says a cursed hex?
If that's what you're telling me it says, then maybe, but that's not how I read it.
What would you have read it as?
Let's just carry on.
So... Alright.
What does it do?
Means you could try a hex again when someone saves against one.
That would be something that maybe I would have needed to know as like a big thing rather than just something stuck on the side of something.
Sorry.
No worries.
So, but what is the ultimate game plan then?
Well, if she's got a couple of rounds, she can try and misfortune him, and then she can try and slumber him, at which point he'll be asleep, and then we can drag him out of here.
Yes, but slumber only lasts rounds per level.
Yeah.
We could just haul him, and every few rounds I can hit him again with a sword.
Gonna drag a troll through Kermega. I mean, clearly he's like mentally disturbed. I don't know how to calm him.
Yeah, unfortunately, I want to search We haven't all the loot yet.
What? I've got the word search loot.
We haven't gotten all the loot out of this place. There are rooms we haven't been in. There's.
I haven't got any options. You're going to be stuck with this guy.
Yeah.
How about... Alright. How about we slumber him so he's compliant, and then I stone shape some manacles around him?
Well, he's compliant right now.
Well, okay.
You
fair
could
enough.
just stone shape them around him.
So something like a floor tile or something can we pry it up and literally use that to stone shape manacles around him.
Take him out to the balcony and.
Like behind his back, just literally like stone shape a bunch of stone up his arms.
I think there would be significantly large stones as part of the manor walls that you
because they're
could.
tumbling, aren't they? You say they were tumbling down a bit at the top.
No, just it was open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was ruined for some reason.
No. But I mean, like it's a general stone construction house, I believe.
Right.
So you could just put his arms against the wall and stone shape his arms so that they're surrounded with stone, if you wish.
But we need to move him after that.
Oh, okay.
Get my meaning? I need a piece of stone I can shape around him, and yet he remains mobile.
I can probably chop a hunk out of the wall.
Yeah. Well, it's an adamantine sword, so yeah.
Oh yeah, it'll chop through the stone. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try that for an option then. How does that sound?
Sure.
So you're just manacling his arms?
Well,
I do his legs too.
He's going to need to walk. How are you going to carry a troll?
I can try.
Does Gorham think he can carry a troll? I mean, just for size, you're going to have problems lifting him.
Gorham, I think, is pretty incredibly strong, if I recall correctly.
20.
So, let's see.
I can lift off the ground 800 pounds, push or drag 2,000.
Push or drag two. Well, I think. I don't know.
What we need is a wheelbarrow and a cloak.
A very big... a cart of some kind.
Yeah, check the gardener shed.
Right.
I suppose probably with push drag 2000, that probably should be able to do it.
I can help him. I have a strength of 18.
I just need to know what the overall general plan will be. And of course, assuming while you're discussing this, Gorham gives a chop to the troll every couple minute or so.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll take a swing every few rounds. Well, since there's no danger of killing him, I'll just, take a swing every other round.
Okay, so the idea then, let's get a block of stone that we can move that's free, and I'll just stone shape his feet and his arms to it. So literally he's doubled over and attached to this stone block, so he has no leverage whatsoever to actually pull himself free.
Okay.
And we need a lake.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're going to put him in stone boots, we need a lake.
Exactly, yeah, and then we can drag him to the water and throw him in. And I'll pull the stone as far up his arms as possible. If possible, I'll enclose his elbows so that he can't actually get any leverage at all.
The upper gloves.
We're making a pair of stone booty and a glove.
Okay. So, with, again, Gorham giving a chop now and then, you will be able to, again, I see no reason through either sufficient stone from cutting it from the wall or whatever even.
I guess it wouldn't take much, maybe a foot square or so.
To cover a troll, I think you'd want to almost...
Yeah, I guess he's big. Yeah, you're right. He's bigger
He's
than I
big,
think.
and you're covering his arms and legs up past the knees and elbows, by the sounds of it.
If possible.
Well, I mean, like, again, if you basically cut through the wall and cut through just the stone wall of Karamega that this is up against, you'll be able to cut out a solid block capable of that.
Good.
And, yeah, again, stone shape. And then what's your plan? Are you, at this point, letting him regenerate to consciousness again?
Well, he's essentially hogtied at that point, right?
Yeah.
I wonder whether we could just get a pole and just carry him that way.
Not
Strong
quite sure what
pull.
you mean. This is push or drag, so
Yeah, we can't really lift. Can we not lift him? How heavy is he?
A
I mean,
litter
again,
pull
this
between
this
two
is a
people.
troll. They're pretty big and heavy.
Between the two of us.
The thing is, Gorham's off ground is 800. What's your off ground?
I don't know, whatever 18 gives me. 7 something, probably.
Let's see if I can find your sheet. Is this Demir's sheet?
Oracle 16, I see. Temp score 18.
600. No, I don't think you'd quite be able to do it.
I bet Lindsay could help us.
Not to mention you're also adding the weight of the stone into it.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's fair. So maybe we just push the stone. We just like shove him along with the stone on the bottom.
I mean, nothing stopping you from just putting like a handhold into the stone and trying to pull.
Yeah, or looping
What
rope.
I'm asking is, are you allowing him to regain consciousness during this now?
That's on Gorham. He's probably better unconscious, to be honest.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind that with the plan, it will require you then cutting him every half minute or so, basically walking through the streets.
Can we put a bag over his head so he thinks it's night and he's asleep?
He's a
You
bird.
could. I'm
He's a
not sure if
parrot.
you would think that or not.
Oh, what do we have in the way of other assets?
Nothing.
Alex kind of winces each time Gorham gives another cut into the troll.
We have universal solvent. That would put
Hey,
it
that's
into
great.
this.
Oh, why did I bother stone shaping? I'm going to stuck his hands and legs
You
together.
have solvent, not...
Oh, it's not glue. Damn it.
Yeah. Extraction scarificator, whatever that does.
There's copious notes on the extraction scarificator in the diaries.
With
We could orb
copious
of consum-
diagrams.
We could try an orb of consumption him.
Well, I mean, it comes down, do we want him conscious or not? If we want him unconscious, you're going to have to keep hitting him.
Yeah.
So it's that simple. I'll leave a space. I'll try and make a ring in the stone at the front that we can pass a rope through so that we can both kind of pull him along.
Okay.
So are you leaving his feet free then so he'll be walking?
No. His feet are embedded in the stone.
So we're just dragging him.
Yeah.
Okay. So that might slow our passage out of the this quarter of the city, but
It might, but hey, who's going to stop you? I'm sure there's stranger things.
unless Alex could go fetch us a cart or something to
I'm sure we can get something once we get down and out of here. Oh! Can Lindsay cast invisibility on him?
Probably.
Actually, Alex can.
Once we've dragged him down, then we'd just be like dragging an invisible something through the city.
It would look slightly odd, but yes. Essentially, it would look to most people that you're dragging a
very heavy rope.
semi-levitating stone block.
And every now and again, we're smacking the mid-air with a big sword.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, though, that would have the problem where you'd be guessing exactly when he's
But
coming
yeah,
around.
but the stone, we'd know where the stone block was, right?
Right.
Well, yes, but you couldn't see the state of his wounds.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
For however long invisibility lasts. Hopefully we can drag him free of the artisan's quarter or whatever.
Enough castings of it would. It is minute per level. It is minute per level, so probably 2, 3. Let's see, half hour to drag something that heavy to the quarters.
You know, this is the perfect opportunity to use that lip stitch spell that we dropped. That would have kept the little shit quiet.
Pretty sure troll. He
just
might
rip
just
through it.
rip the stitches out.
Oh yeah, you're right. Silence might be a better option at this point. Lens, do you have silence?
Nope.
She has
Leave it
feeble
alone.
mind.
Oh, let's just baleful polymorph his ass. Then he'll be easier to carry.
Currently, he's already in a block of stone.
If you feeble mind him, we probably won't be able to put up much fight, but then we have to figure out how to undo it if we want to utilize him.
Mm. Well, it's easy. Lindsay can end the spell, right?
No, I don't think you can enfeeble mind.
No, it's a
It's instantaneous.
instantaneous. Yeah,
She can cast Dispel on it then.
I think you need
It's instantaneous.
break enchantment.
Oh, you're right. It's instantaneous. You need like a wish or something awful, don't you?
I think break enchantment will do it if you're lucky.
Maybe.
Because that'll.
So let's just drag him out.
That
of
being
here.
said, unfortunately, I don't think really feeble mind will help the whole problem of what he currently is in the mental state of.
So we're going to drag him out of here. We're going to grab a curtain on our way out. We're going to cover him with it, and we're going to carry on dragging him through the streets and bash him every now and again.
So, do we want to take some opportunity to look for more loot in this place before we leave?
No, we've got no time. We can't do it.
That feels wrong.
We don't have the time. If you want to take this guy back, we can't leave him here. He's just going to break free again and then go running off.
All right.
I would suggest. Unless you're thinking otherwise. Unless you want to stay here, keep walloping him while the rest of us go and explore.
I can do that.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let's go.
Then why'd you mention it?
Just teasing you.
All right.
All right. So, does someone want to pay 5 gold to purchase a cart then?
I'll do
Yes. Okay. Gorham's cart. So we'll start dragging him and we'll send Alex off to buy a cart that can meet us at the bottom of the steps.
Yeah.
And we'll cover him with a curtain so no one really sees what we're up to. And then we'll throw him in the back of the cart with Gorham, who will keep him unconscious until we get him where we're going.
that. Just make sure he doesn't drip on that nice rug.
Is that cart owned or is that cart just
It's owned.
rented?
5 gold? 5 gold will own it. It's just like a wheelbarrow type thing, really.
Oh, okay. It's not like a cart with a donkey.
No.
Good enough.
It,
Okay,
it probably strains under his weight, to be honest, but it's something.
we wheel him through the streets, occasionally bashing at him.
Yes.
Bonk.
That being said, it is true that honestly, you guys don't really receive any strange stares at
I'm
all.
going to say there's kind of weirder things go on here, I'm pretty sure.
Bring out your dead.
Admittedly, maybe if it was revealed that it was a troll, there might be some trouble, but if people can't see it, they don't know it's a troll, and hey, it's your business.
Right.
So you are taking him to the temple of the augurs.
Yes.
All right. So you make it to Down Market.
Mm.
You see that there is the white columned temple.
Mm.
Again, any of you with regular Karamega knowledge understands that while this is a place the trolls live and stuff, normally it's not so heavily occupied as they're normally out and about in the city doing their oracleizing.
Oracleizing.
But right now it is rather filled with trolls that kind of even walk and almost patrol, as well as a number of probably hired, well, the usual hired guards that any gang in Karamega has, protecting and stuff around the city. And basically before you even get within like 50 feet of it, you're kind of spotted heading towards it, and a troll comes up to you and says, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
Hi there, good man. How are you today? We have
Temple's closed. No
Really?
auguries today.
we have a delivery for what was the lady's name that was in the journal? Hang on a second. I'll flip through the journal towards the back.
Let's see, this is Augustine. We're going for.
What was the ugly troll lady who gave us this job called?
Vargan.
Bargain.
All right, I'll flip through the book. Vargan. We have an important delivery
All right.
in our cart.
let's take a look at it first, then.
We might not want to do it right here in the middle of the street. We may want to take it somewhere a little quieter, like to wherever she is.
She's inside the temple.
So maybe she wants to come out, because we're going to have some problems getting this in. Do you have a back door, possibly a delivery entrance?
Are you suggesting that you enter the Augur's temple?
Well, no, I'm
enter your back
suggesting
door.
we take the delivery to wherever you receive deliveries.
If you show it to me, I can take it to her.
It's
fairly well known that only the trolls really enter the temple.
okay.
Grab the corner of the curtain.
Is there any mention in this journal thing of other trolls being aware of this job?
No, not any mention at all, no. That being said, there is possibility, them being information broker, that she would have shared something, but she also probably would have shared that it would come from people of much different description than you guys.
I believe it's known that he's missing.
This is really a matter for Vargan. It is to do with the return of Augusteel.
This raises an eyebrow on the troll's stooped forehead. He calls over a couple of the men-at-arms to watch you suspicious folks, and says that he will bring back Vargan.
Thank you, sir. Very kind.
A few moments later, she does indeed return. He does indeed return with Vargan.
Lady Vargan, I understand that while you're not expecting us, you are expecting this delivery.
And what delivery is that?
The previous group who you charged with obtaining and freeing the troll ogre Augusteel failed. They are lying dead in a room. However, we were fortunate enough to be passing by and uncovered their journal, which told us of this task you had set them, and we finished it for them in their stead.
Aren't we nice?
You have Augusteel?
Yes, in this very cart. Unfortunately, he appears to be not of sound mental faculty.
Show him to me.
We'll roll down the top part of the curtain.
All right. Are you saying that he is not regenerating? I see that his wounds seem to be closing.
He is regenerating fine. He just doesn't seem to be of all his faculties. He was being quite heavily tortured by Mr. Ardoc, Meriadoc, something Doc.
Pumped full of fluids.
Yes, there was some kind of torture machine.
She appears to be somewhat worried, but at the same time very, very relieved at the return of Augusteel.
I'm afraid we've had to secure him somewhat unorthodox fashion.
I can understand. Help me with this, she says to the troll, and both of them pick him up and begin walking towards the temple, and then she motions to you guys to follow.
Okay, we follow. We really should have brought those things that machine was writing.
Oh, yeah, the scrolls.
Yeah.
Scrolls of Skelos.
There is a very much growing fervor as the other trolls are very ecstatic upon seeing the return. They bring him to just a chamber where there is a very large mattress set out, and they set him upon it. And then basically they kind of wait for the regeneration to take hold, at which points he opens his eyes and says, "What is this? Is this another dream, or am I truly at home?"
Is he speaking common now?
Yes.
Hey!
Which he would have been if you'd ever let him be regenerated in your company.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
We can't take those kind of chances.
He just needed a little surge to get it out of his system.
Lady Vargan, if you would, I'll remove the stone there.
Yes, please, please.
I will cast Stoneship once more and free his hands and feet.
All right. And did I ever give you a proper picture of what Augusteel is? I have a picture of Augusteel. He's a very well-mannered and cultured troll, really.
Right. Sure, he's got a little top hat and a monocle.
Oh man, this is being slow for me. There we go.
He's got a book and everything.
Wearing a toga.
Consulting his innards.
Book.
What's the point in wearing a toga and then cutting a big hole through the front of it?
Well, even she had a bloody slit in it.
He's all but naked anyway. Why not just, like, not bother with the toga?
Because you're part of society. You wear clothes.
Well, you could wear, like, pants and just leave your guts open, couldn't you?
Well, but it's the spirit of the thing. It's a sign of a civilized philosopher type.
Yeah. I would like to be his dry cleaner. Hey, Lenz, are you still there?
Yep.
Okay.
I was slightly worried myself.
I was expecting an ooh noise when you saw the picture.
Toga with some entrails hanging out.
So suffice to say, there's quickly much celebration. People talk about getting drink and food ready to meet with the head augur and bring her here. You're quickly told that you are given the, as the least they can do, you're giving the special thing of allowing entrance into the augur temple whenever you wish. And
thank you very
Vargan
kindly.
asks, I cannot thank you for what you have done here, for picking up where the others have left off and failed. What is there that I can give as a reward?
Well, what was agreed with that party?
It was agreed that we would help them search for something. They said that they were looking for an artifact of Thassalon. At this point, Augusteel suddenly sits up a moment and gives a shriek before falling to the ground and flailing as he speaks words that sound very similar to that language none of you were able to understand quite before. He goes on for quite a while, in the grips of what looks like a seizure, his back arched, lips frothing. When he's finished, his body relaxes and he begins to return to consciousness. During all of this, the other augurs basically just step back and kind of look at him as though this is something normal. Eventually, when he's done, they nod sagely and all help to lift him up and bring him back to the bed to rest. It seems perhaps you were meant for this information after all, Vargan says. That was a true prophecy, and it seems to have to do with the information I myself found about this artifact that they were seeking. My brother Augusteel is cursed with a fit of tongues when he receives his visions or is in times of deep stress. In the common tongue, his prophecy translates into this: the owl will seek, but will not find. The spire of knowledge pays in kind. You can tell she's really good at this because she makes it rhyme in common, too.
Yeah, that's clever. I'm thinking it's in, like, some kind of troll tongue, and all of a sudden it's rhyming in common.
No, it's actually Aklo, just enough of them have learned it. It's not a
Right.
troll tongue, but... In secret, kept in secret keep, in forest dark and cavern deep. You don't have to type this out, I'll give it to you in a handout when it's done.
Okay.
The abbey of the glutton moon will flow with blood, the wind in tune, to finish that begun before, and open wide the doomsday door. The shattered star with 7 shards, for 7 lords with 7 swords, the queen of blue in distant skies, will kindle new the ancient wars. The sea will rise and men will drown, and what was lost shall claim the crown.
That's all very nice.
Give me a moment. Roll20. I'm not sure if it's just that I'm having so many things on my computer at the same time, but Roll20 is a little slow for me when it comes to these handouts.
For me, your video is just loading.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm not getting a video stream at this end.
Maybe my computer's getting a bit taxed. But anyway, so
I'm
there's...
getting your stream. Okay.
Huh. That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
Spire of Knowledge. There's some sort of tower.
Yes, the first part. Where do we?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I believe this prophecy is the true one. The first 2 lines match the information that I was about to give to the others as their reward.
Huh.
The word on the street is that the Council of Truth, a powerful order of scholars, engineers, and arcanists that vanished without a trace many years ago, has either returned or has been reformed, and people have been seeing the Council's wide-eyed owl sigil showing up in strange places. Also, the Thoracic Spire has shut its doors, an unheard-of event for the great institution, and they've isolated themselves from communication with the outside world. I believe that these two are connected, and in searching that, I've discovered that the 2 organizations have quietly put together a team of adventurers in search of something underneath the city, an illegal entry into the undercity of Karamega, for something they call the Rune Lord Shard. If you wish, when you are ready, I will accompany you to the library and see if we can't figure out more of this shard that they claim to have found.
Sounds good.
The Abbey of Glutton Moon sounds interesting.
It does. However, unfortunately, I have not found any information relating to that. I can vouch for Augustil's prophecies. They always make their way true in some matter. However, sometimes it is not clear exactly until they are already fulfilled. We try our best and value his words, but it is a tricky art to do so.
Indeed.
So, thank you, Lady Vargan. I think we will need a day or so to realign ourselves with, I guess, our new task at hand, if we are to be taking on the role of our previous, your previous employees.
As you wish. You may return here whenever you wish.
Thank you. We shall be back in maybe 2 days' time.
All right. But are you sure you don't want to stay for the celebrations tonight? The orgy will be quite marvelous, I'm sure.
I'm certain it will, and I'm sure Gorham here might be interested. Gorham? Orgy?
That would require removing my armor, probably.
Maybe just that little piece in the front.
The Excalibur treatment, yes.
The Excalibur treatment. You're not seeing the start of Excalibur.
I don't believe so.
Right at the very beginning, where Uther is having his way with Igraine, he doesn't bother to take his armor off.
How very cautious of him.
Right? There's nothing like. Well, he's just observing protected sex, isn't he? Really.
So, I would just like to take this moment because I have a whole ton of it, and because in the past we usually end because of technical difficulties more than anything else. Would you like some experience?
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
Yes,
how much do we get for things?
Oh, do I have a calculator with me? Because it's a lot.
I have one in front of me.
Do we have a lot of experience? What's that for?
You guys have all of the experience from that mansion that I kept delaying until it was over?
From our last group.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I have a proper big posh-ass calculator right in front of me if you want me to be...
So, I also got my phone with me here. So, for the falling lift, it was...
Jesus, that is a long time ago.
Yes.
4,800, okay.
For the 2 Tendriculus, another 4,800.
Wow.
For the Lurker above, another 4,800.
Wow.
For the Alchemical Golem, another 4,800. For a total of 4 clockwork soldiers, 9,600.
Wow.
For the
The hell was that?
The dog.
Oh.
For the Tupilak was 3,200. For Halifax, the Harpy, another 3,200. For Karya, the... Was she really that low?
Is that the cat girl or?
Did I? Yes. Oh, sorry, Kanya, the cat girl. Why did I have that written? Oh, well, that should be another 3,200. Oh, I know. That's why I wrote it there. For the cleaning construct swarm was 1,200.
Yeah, my calculator just ran out of battery.
We're at 39,600 so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 2 terracotta soldiers was 4,800. And for Birkenen Ardux, another 4,800. And
That's a big number.
Completing somebody
for
else's
the
quest.
return of Augustil to the Augurs alive, 9,600.
Woo.
Oh dear.
All right.
Well,
How do I do this now? Sorry, Thing, what do you have?
58,800.
Okay.
nice.
Divide that by 3.
58 what?
58,800. Divided by 3, 19,600.
Nice.
Out
Yep.
of curiosity, does that look you guys up? I fear it might.
What do we need? 90,000?
And we're at like 75, I think.
Is it 90 we need at this level?
Let's check.
I don't know. I haven't got it written down.
I'm
Next.
not using... I'm daring not to use my computer.
I've got too many fucking stupid character sheets.
We'll figure it out for you, sweetie. We'll find one you can use.
Well, just finding one
Okay,
that has
so medium,
written on.
you're at 9th, so you're going to 10th would be 105,000.
Yo.
So you are still a little bit of ways.
That's a long way away.
Oh, you got how much?
Oh,
Did you get there?
75, 981. I found it. 75,
You,
981.
you just got like 2/3 of that
So what are we on now?
thing.
95581.
Yep.
Yeah, you're only 10,000 away. It's not far at all.
Not far. Hooray for experience.
And yes, I think that's all that was missing. So I can
Cool.
finally toss out this little index card.
Eh.
I need to go and get a drink. I'll be back in a minute. You got one?
Please. Excuse me.
All
Now
right.
we can go back to Birkenins. Now we can go back to Birkenins.
For what exactly?
Well, he might return. That harpy that flew off with a big bag might return. There might be a room full of other rich wizard stuff. I don't know.
Rich wizard stuff. You sound like the Goonies. Hey, dog, you got a treat? Mummy loves you.
Well, that's good because the Goonies are awesome.
I'm not saying they're not awesome. Thank
They're
you,
at least
baby.
good enough for me.
That's because you're sloth and empathize.
Truffle shuffle all the way, baby.
Go for it.
I don't want to break the video.
So, what is the party's decisions now? What are they going to do?
So, when are we supposed to meet with our Aspis Consortium handlers, or were we just supposed to follow for a few days and then report back?
Yes, you'd still probably have another week before any assigned meeting with them in town.
Okay.
You do believe they are still somewhat in town doing their own thing? But of course, it's not been the greatest working relationship. It's much more of a they contact you type of thing.
And we
Very
just
good.
met with the one gal, right? Not the.
Well, you met with two women, one of the consortium agents and someone who was assisting her.
Okay.
I think we return to our lodgings, where we're going to investigate the items that we've collected and appropriately distribute them amongst us, at which point I think we need to talk about taking on their role to become awesome Thessalonian explorers and famous, because I think famous would be awesome.
That sounds good.
Hmm.
I can approve of that course of action.
As I leave the Troll Augur place, I cast Prestidigitation and clean myself.
Of course you do.
Yes.
You clean off
Nice.
specks of troll blood and whatnot. That's gone.
So much better. There's also a faint smell of cinnamon coming off of me as well.
Alex is excited. Did you hear that? They made an expedition to the Undercity. I hear that there's all sorts of traps down there and ancient artifacts and Thassalon things, and it sounds really exciting.
Looks like we're going to get to go there. I'm tired of this Aspis
Really?
consortium. Yes, really.
Yay!
I'm tired of these Aspis people shortchanging us. I mean, we just made more in an afternoon than they've given us in 2 years.
It is true.
So let's go figure out what we've got.
All right.
Sounds
We
good.
return. We put the hole in the middle of the table, and we go around
So-
it, and
so
we
you're-
figure out what everything is.
You're greeted by the people there with a happy, and then you get to go to your little guest house.
Yay!
And yes, and the most important thing, of course, is divvying up those shards. Certainly.
Yeah, I've totally forgotten what they do.
I
Lust,
believe.
greed, and
Yeah, I keep forgetting. Hal doesn't actually want to open stuff up.
I'm trying not to. I can look at stuff in Roll20. It seems quite fine.
If you can open another tab of Roll20, all of their things are in those threads I made.
No, I'm not opening other tabs. That would be dangerous.
Can I make my video work for a minute? I want to show something.
Let's see if you kill everything. Let's do it.
It's dangerous to do that.
What do you want to show?
It's very important.
Okay.
Are you naked?
No.
so it can't be
Oh,
done.
Tell me when the video is working.
It's loading.
Working.
Okay.
All I see is Lockhart loading anyway. That's
All of
all
it
I'm
is
seeing.
flesh. So is that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in a giant mug?
Oh, I see it.
Mhm. Nice.
Do you have tea in it?
No, I just thought I'd come and show it off while I remembered.
So it's
This
my
was my haul from Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book Day.
nice.
It's a vintage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mug.
It's like a 1980s original.
Nice.
Okay.
Because it gets all the cool stuff. All I got was a cult graphic novel.
I bought nothing. I'll turn my video off now.
Okay.
Thank you.
I've turned my
So-
video off too because if you guys can't even make it out, then no point.
That's better. I see you. You're looking like Lockhart, the still Lockhart, which is good.
So we have Shard of Pride, Shard of Greed, and Shard of Lust.
What do they do again?
Give me a second.
Thank you. That's also good to remind the party, the folks, what we do. We need to figure out which one goes with which of us the best anyway.
Yes.
I know
Shard
that
of
Lindsay and I both have stat enhancement items, but I'm guessing Thing didn't.
Nope.
And of course, reasonably determine if there's any magical items as part of that stuff you picked up. It's probably detailed within the journals of Gary.
So we're happy to assume that all these items are ID'd.
Yes, because it just makes things faster. And again, Gary would be the type of person to write that down.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
probably. Well, he was a Pathfinder and he wrote everything
Yes.
down.
So the
So-
Shard of Pride. Oh, sorry.
Well, if you want to go, you can go ahead.
Shard of Pride gives you the major image spell-like ability once a day, a +2 insight bonus on saves versus illusions, and a +2 insight bonus on all skill checks.
It also currently has a Scarlet and Blue Ion Stone, which is +2 to intelligence, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Which I think we had. Its associated skill is Knowledge History, I believe.
Yes.
Sounds right.
Sounds like something that the archaeologists should have.
Could Could I really have one?
I don't know. I don't know if you've earned one yet.
I don't know whether you've earned one yet.
Okay, so Shard of Greed. Or do we want to assign that one first?
No, let's take a look at all three and then figure out where best to put them.
So Shard of Greed, haste once per day, +2 bonus on saves versus transmutation spells, a +1 insight bonus on attack rolls. It also has the pale blue rhomboid ironstone. Which one was this? Was it strength?
I think so.
It is strength.
That's a fighter enhancement, right?
Yeah, that's definitely that's the one that my monk had. But yes, definitely is the fighter enhancement.
So, does Gorham not have any strength enhancements?
No, he's all natural.
Gorham has 0 enhancements.
Nice.
I like it. All natural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. You took my advice to heart and you just poured it all on the weapon and armor.
Yep.
Okay.
There's 2 prize items.
And the last one is the Shard of Lust. Its owner can use Suggestion as a spell-like ability once per day, and gains a +2 insight bonus on saves versus enchantment spells, and a +4 insight bonus on initiative checks. And it has the Charisma Ironstone.
Nice.
That sounds like the talky one of Cal.
The talky one. Well, that would leave the int one for you, which would make sense because you're int based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does already have a +2 int though.
I already have a +2 charisma.
We're high enough level that we're going to have things already as modifiers, right?
Well, hold on a second. I have a headband of alluring charisma +2. Lindsay has a headband of vast intelligence or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
+2. If we each take our appropriate shard, so I take the charisma one and the int one, and we swap headbands, that gives Lindsay a +2 charisma and me a +2 int on top of our existing statistics.
Yes. Alternatively, you could switch the shards unless there's a particular ability that strikes you as being appropriate for you.
I don't know. I like the +4 initiative as a mildly combat character, but then I guess it's useful for Lindsay as well to get off hexes and stuff.
Yep. Skill checks. I don't know if either of you've got more skills than the other.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 skills with ranks in them.
I imagine Lindsay's going to have something equivalent.
I have 8, of which 1, 2, 3 of them are knowledges. 1 of them is a craft. So I've got 4 skills. I don't foresee much use of them, to be honest. I want something that makes my will saves and stuff higher.
Your will save. That's not gonna be anything until we find a wisdom shard.
Well, also keep in mind, if Lindsay changes, she'll lose one of her knowledge skills as it's tied to her headband.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. I actually wrote that down somewhere as well.
I think it was knowledge nature.
I think so. Okay, so I'll take the int shard, and Lindsay can have the charisma shard. I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
What do I want with charisma?
Well, I've already got a headband of charisma, which gives me +2 to charisma. And you already have a headband that gives you +2 to int.
Lindsay, it'll give you a +4 initiative.
Yeah, it gives you +4 to initiative.
Is that it?
It'll also let you use Suggestion once per day and give you a +4 insight saves versus enchantment effects.
Okay.
That's a good thing. That's actually a witchy thing, resisting enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
So what shard do I have?
So you would have Shard of Pride.
Where's that going to go? Shard of Pride. Shard of Pride. Yes. And the effects of which are +2 to all skill checks.
Mm-hmm.
+2 to all skills. And it has knowledge history?
Yes. So
Yes.
you all of a sudden have max ranks in knowledge history.
Nice.
+2.
Is it assumed to be a class skill?
I don't believe so.
That's problematic then.
Well, it's ranks.
Yes, my int of 0. I guess now +2.
Still, with the shard, it's a +11 all of a sudden, which is not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
What? +11?
Sorry, +12 because your int bonus went up. Because it's 9 for the ranks, plus
And
2,
then 2 additional because every skill is +2.
and then +1 for the int bonus.
I got you.
So it's still not. You're still quite decent.
And I get to cast what spell once per day?
Major image.
Major image. Interesting. Okay, good.
Which I can only imagine how Demir is going to use that. Just when you make an entrance, major image, that like you come in. There's a chorus of angels above you announcing your entry.
That's right. I think I'm taking my armor off and dressing very elegantly while we're having this conversation.
Of course, Demir is.
Strangely, my armor comes off and I'm dressed very elegantly.
How odd.
Yes.
So Thing, have you worked your shard into your stuff pretty easily? Yours is a pretty easy one.
Yeah, just
You just have
+2
to up-
strength and +1 on all my hits. Well, +1 for the strength, +1 for the
Attack roll.
attack roll, +1 damage, I guess.
Which, of course, your attack roll will also increase from the strength bonus.
Exactly.
Also, that insight bonus on saves versus transmutation spells.
Yeah.
So if someone tries to baleful polymorph you,
I will up my pitiful. Was that a will save? For
any
those?
saves.
Yeah.
They're usually
For
4 saves.
transmutations. Okay.
And then, yes, haste as a spell-like ability once per day.
Yes.
That can only be wonderful.
Yes, and that does one creature per level.
Actually, I never used it because it takes too long to cast.
It takes a standard action to cast.
It's a spell-like
no.
ability.
I know, but as a fighter, I rarely had the time. I tended to use my boots of speed instead.
Well, that's because you had both of them, so of course you're going to pick the quicker one.
Yep.
That's what I need to get, is boots to get me back up to regular speed now.
So, Lindsay,
Mm-hmm.
do you need me to go over the Shard of Lust information, which is the one you have?
Yes, please. I heard bits and pieces from when you
Okay.
were mentioning.
So, because of the Ion Stone, it gives a +2 enhancement bonus to your Charisma.
And which number is that then? The actual score or the modifier?
The actual score, so it'll increase the modifier by 1.
So currently it's 8, so that'll take it to 10, which is a... But currently it's a -1.
So it'll take it to a 0.
Okay.
So the main thing that will affect are your skills.
Okay.
So any skill based off Charisma, the bonus will go up by 1, including your use magic device.
Which is the only one that's have...
That probably matters to you, yeah.
Well, it's the only one that I have that has charisma.
So that's what it does stat-wise. The next is it will allow you to use Suggestion as a spell-like ability once per day. So the spell Suggestion, I don't know where you exactly want to put that down, but you probably want to write it somewhere.
Alright, I've got a note sheet here.
Okay.
That's a good spell.
It's a gooder. There's also a +2 insight bonus, or +2 bonus on saves against enchantment spells. I don't know if there's a note area beside your saves you can write +2 versus enchantment. So basically anything that sounds like a enemy is trying to fiddle with your character's mind, you can ask about that, and that's probably relevant.
So,
And then the +4 insight bonus on initiative checks, which will give you a total +14 initiative.
that just goes into misc bonus.
Yeah.
Yes.
On top of your other misc bonuses, probably.
Yep.
Means you go first a lot.
Yeah.
Good.
Which is honestly really good considering she's a debuffer. You kind of want her going first.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. So like she can actually do stuff to things.
Like she
On
can feeble
my-
mind before combat attacks.
On my skill sheet,
Mm-hmm.
use magical device, I had my skill bonus was 11. I had -1 for my charisma, and I had ranks of 9.
Yes.
That doesn't add up.
It's because it's a class skill for you, so there's a +3 bonus.
Okay.
On these character sheets, there's a box that's coloured in.
Okay.
If you look at the top, it says class skills +3.
Okay.
That box means you add +3 to anything with a coloured in box.
Okay. So now that
That you have a rank in.
the -1 has gone to 0, so the 11 goes to 12.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Okay. That's all I was trying to figure out.
Hey, you got prettier.
Marginally. Well, I got less ugly, I think.
That's ugly. That wart cleared up.
Well, more charismatic, at least.
Became more confident in yourself.
Okay.
She took off the glasses in the overall.
Yes.
All right, let's work through the items we have and assign them to somebody who's carrying them. Does that sound like a good plan?
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
It'll
start
be a
with
first for us.
who has various bags of holding or haversacks.
I have
I-
a sec.
You have a handy haversack. I have a bag of holding thing.
Nothing.
I think Thing's going to come out like a bandit here because basically he spent no money on anything other than his armor and his sword.
Well, that took all my money, so yeah.
Well, yes, but you know,
I
you're a
think-
level
I think
9
Lindsay
character.
will do quite well because things like scrolls and stuff.
Yeah,
she
you're
can
right.
use.
Okay, Thing, you can have the handy haversack that's there.
Woohoo!
Was there a handy haversack? Oh, there was a handy haversack. Very nice.
Yes.
I keep forgetting. Assumingly you're going over this, Hal, and deleting stuff as it's assigned.
I'm doing it now. Okay, other than the handy haversack, let's start here. Who would like to carry 3 times universal solvent?
What is that?
It allows you to melt glue. Any kind of sticky substance can be melted with it.
I don't think that all should be held by one person.
No, I wasn't suggesting it should.
Well,
So do you want? Does one person want?
Alex is willing to hold some of that.
Okay. So who doesn't need it?
probably. I don't
You,
know.
Linz, you have craft alchemy, don't you?
Yes.
So you take at least one of them
Yeah.
because you're going to have all that push and shit going on. So Lindsay has 1 vial of universal solvent. Let's give Alex the other one. Who gets the third? Thing, do you want a universal solvent or shall I keep it?
Well, you keep it.
I'll keep it because I guess I take the healing roll if somebody gets gunked up.
I think if Sloth ends up getting sticky more than the rest of us,
Well, we'll
Alright.
find out.
I had calling him Sloth.
Yeah, 1 universal solvent. So that's universal solvent all round. Taking it off the list. Okay, belt of incredible dexterity. I have a dex bonus. No, I don't. I don't have a dex bonus.
Well, what's the archaeologist dex bonus first?
Yeah, does he have a dex item?
No. Are you kidding with NPC gold? Yeah.
Oh!
I-
Thing, what's your dex bonus? Do you have a plus?
I have a +1, and I think that's the max my armor will allow.
I'm thinking that might be the case. I have a 0, and I'm not sure what my armor allows. Look at what does my armor allow me?
What armor are you wearing?
I am wearing mithril plate mail.
I have +4.
You wrote down a max dex of 3.
So technically I could take it and my AC would go up, which might be nice.
I will mention,
Mm,
since Alex is a dexterity-based weapon finesse character,
it would
Oh,
help him
yeah.
a lot.
dexterity improves both AC and attack.
Yes, that's a good idea. I wasn't sure about his build. Okay, so he can take the belt
Alex
of
is a
incredible...
girl.
She can take the belt of incredible dexterity. Sorry,
you.
Lockhart's playing a... Yes, I have problems with audio games with people playing their different genders. You know that.
But it's very simple.
Well, how do you know Lockhart's not a girl?
He's told
Yeah,
you. The girl.
It's
Alex
it's the
is a
beard.
girl's name also. Ta-da!
All right, good. So, Lockhart, your NPC can have the belt of incredible dexterity +2.
All right, very good.
Pouch of dust of dryness. Lens,
I didn't hear what it was called.
do you want to take all of these dusts? Because they seem kind of witchy to me.
Okay, what are they?
There is 1 pouch of dust of dryness.
Okay.
There are 2 pouches of dust of appearance.
Okay.
And 1 pouch of dust of illusion.
Honestly, I think Demir would be good to have a dust of appearance.
Think?
Yeah.
Because Lindsay already has quite a few invisibility purging stuff on herself. It would be good to kind of give that to other people, possibly.
But you have to. Don't you sprinkle it on your target?
I think you might be able to. Let's see. How does that work?
I don't think you put it on yourself. I think I think Lindsay needs it because she's.
I suppose that might be good. Yeah. So if
Lindsay
she
can
casts
see the invisible. Yeah.
I'm just gonna check what it does. How big of an area it might hit.
Because I have invisibility purge,
10-foot radius.
but I don't have see invisible.
So you fling in the air and it coats everything in a 10-foot radius.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You have to tell me what it is before I accept it, really.
Dust of appearance.
Well, yeah.
That's 2.
Makes invisible things
It
visible.
makes invisible things visible.
It can also negate effects like blur and displacement.
That's nice. Yeah, basically it stops things from wibbling about and makes us able to hit them good.
Well, if I can already see them,
I'm just thinking you might want to give it to someone who might actually be close enough to use it.
yeah, if I can already find ways to see them and you can, then surely these should go to the 2 people that can't.
Well, the problem is you can see it, so you can deliver it, so the rest of us.
Yes, but is she going to go within 10 feet of it to use it?
Yeah. I mean, she can describe a 10-foot square that...
Ah, but my hair can.
Can't she? Yeah, I can say she can just drop. Can't you just throw the pouch? Isn't it like a throwing
It's not
device?
a thrown weapon.
It just has to be sprinkled, so she uses her hair. That gives her
use
20
You
foot.
fling a handful of it. So with her hair, she could do a maximum of within 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
If you, I mean, I'm just pointing it out. If you think she'll be close enough to use it.
Well, how about I have 1 and somebody else has 1?
Yeah, that's fair. I'll take 1 then.
No, I think that Thing's character should have the other one.
Okay.
Well, because I can direct him,
Yeah. Just
He's-
have to
Again,
go
it is a 10-foot area.
and he's much more likely to be in closer than anybody else.
Okay.
Either him or the archaeologist.
Who hasn't really been in combat all that much.
Well, no, but he can sneak around. She can sneak around.
True.
She's been close to it.
You know the problem I'm having with the archaeologist is it looks like he's got a beard on that diagram, on that picture.
Tattoo.
I know, it's because it's small. It looks like a beard.
I think it was because they were in disguise.
No, it's a face tattoo.
But that was because they were in disguise.
Oh, that meant to look like a beard.
Lockhart was like, he, and then he dropped it, and he was like, oh crap, you weren't supposed to find it out that early.
No, I
he was
was
just saying
avoiding any gender at all.
For all of like 20 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. I have 3 wands of magic missile cast to level 5.
Who can you use them?
You can.
Anybody else?
No, actually, maybe you can't.
Well, use magic device check.
Right, you'd have to use magic device
Lindsay,
check.
or Juniper has the best chance with a plus 12. Alex has a plus 10 to use a magic device.
1 each.
So, well, there's 3.
Okay.
We'll give Juniper 2 and Alex can have 1. So, Linz, you have 2 wands of magic missile, cast to level 5 with 39 charges each.
Okay.
And Alex has a Wand of Magic Missile, caster level 5, 41 charges. We're good?
Yep.
All right, I have 2 immovable rods.
Woohoo!
I've not had one of those before.
Basically, you put it somewhere, and you press the button, and you can't move it. Even if it's in the middle of the air.
Until you press the button again.
Until you press the button again.
What is the advantage of that?
You can use it to block doors, you can use it to climb stuff.
Stop when you're falling.
Yeah.
Assuming you can hold on to the rod.
I can fly.
Yeah, Lindsay doesn't fall, she feather falls automatically.
Yeah. It might be...
Because she's a witch, and witches are buoyant like that.
I'm pretty sure one of those needs to go to the
Thief.
Yeah. He wanted to call it thief, and I'm trying not to.
They're pretty good to keep together usually, but
yeah, normally you can use them as like a climb. If you have 2, you can use them to climb.
Okay, well, keep them together and give them both to her then.
Yeah, you can use them to climb in midair because you push one up, press the button, pull the other one up, press the button, pull the other one up, and you can literally climb hand over hand in the middle of the air.
Assuming you're strong enough to do a pull-up.
Yeah, assuming you're strong enough to do a pull-up.
That's me out then.
So, two immovable rods to Alex the Bard.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, rings. A ring of minor electricity resistance.
Ooh.
I already have 2 rings.
I don't know how many I have. Hang on.
I have 0 rings.
You really did just buy some armor and a thing, didn't you?
Yep.
I have a ring of protection.
I bought a couple potions outside of that. But
Who's most likely to get hit by electricity?
Bard.
Why?
Traps?
Shut up, Bard! Yeah, traps.
The bard actually has evasion though, and a
That's
decent
true.
reflex save.
I'm in big magnetic armor.
Alright, thing. Ring of minor electricity resistance.
That's what, 10 points for minor?
I want to think 5.
I think it's actually 10.
Minor energy 10.
Mm-hmm. It's actually very good.
If it's
That's
energy.
what it is. That's what it is.
We
Well,
have
the
a
thing-
we have a wayfinder.
Ooh, a compass.
What is a wayfinder? Compass.
What does it do?
It is essentially a
Pathfinder.
compass. A compass. I believe it allows you to cast light once per day, and there's an extra effect if you hold an ion stone inside it. Oh god, there's like 10 of them.
Oh,
There's
we
10
would have
of
had
them?
like,
Oh, sorry, this is a standard one. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Well, we would have had the, oh,
you would have had standard ones.
that's what we're missing is the ion stone that the other party was given to deactivate the curse on the,
Yes,
She'll stop it.
you are indeed missing that. But the
That's
notes.
going to be. And we don't know anything about it.
No,
Right?
it's all in the notes.
yeah, Gary would have noted that also if there's,
Yeah. So, a small magical device, pattern of ancient relics of a long-lost civilization. A wayfinder is typically made of silver and bears, yada yada yada. With a command word, you may use a wayfinder to shine as a light spell. The wayfinder also acts as a non-magical magnetic compass, granting a +2 circumstance bonus on survival checks to avoid being lost. All wayfinders include a small indentation designed to hold a single ion stone. An ion stone slotted in this manner grants you its normal benefits, as if it were orbiting your head, but frequently reveals entirely new powers due to the magic of the wayfinder itself.
Sit down. Sit down.
I have
So it's-
survival, but no,
So it's light. So it's light at will, basically.
yeah.
And small bonuses with an iron stone inside it. And of course,
survival.
preventing them from being snatched from midair.
Sure.
Does it have a slot, or is it slotless?
It's a
Slotless.
slot? Oh, I see what you mean. It is slotless.
So I have survival, but I have no need of light.
I am human and cannot see in the dark, but I have the light spell.
I have dark vision 60 feet. So I don't think I need to see things.
It is also something of a typically Pathfinder paraphernalia type thing.
Right.
And one issued by one could be useful in making a connection there. Or be seen as you killing a Pathfinder. Who knows?
So, who wants a Wayfinder? Who's most useful?
That's right. That belt has somebody's name on it.
Probably you, right?
Okay, I'll take it.
You're the talkie guy.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna be the one that's doing the talking if we ever get county Pathfinders, so I will have a Wayfinder. Doing well so far. I have some universal solvent and a Wayfinder. The extraction scarificator.
Ooh, lovely item.
Really smells like a witchy item to me. Especially a witch with craft alchemy.
So that...
Bit evil.
It's pretty evil.
It's
you
not
could certainly
evil.
find a ready buyer within Caramega.
I'm sure we can.
Well, heck, the trolls could scarificate themselves on
An
there.
extraction scarificator is a horde variant of the more common bloodletting device used by healers and doctors. An extraction scarificator can be used only on a willing or helpless target. When placed against exposed flesh, the extraction scarificator's blades deal 1d4 points of damage plus 1d4 bleed. Once per day, an extraction scarificator can be used to extract and concentrate one of the 4 bodily humors from its target as well. The humor to be extracted can be adjusted as needed and must be immediately poured into a potion vial or the extracted humor is lost. Extracting a humor takes a variable number of rounds. As soon as the victim has taken a total of 6 points of damage and all from the bleed effect, the extraction is complete. For 24 hours after extraction, this purified humor has an additional effect, functioning as one of 4 potions as listed below. All function at cast level 3rd. So it can be used to essentially convert up at least 6 points of damage into a potion of lesser restoration, or a potion of cure moderate wounds, or a potion of calm emotions, or a potion of rage.
Doesn't really sound like something I would use. Or be allowed to use.
We used it as the old party a little.
Yeah.
It's essentially when you have ability damage, it's convert hit point damage into curing ability damage with lesser restoration, essentially.
Once a day, yeah. It's useful.
Or, I mean, technically, even though it's not very good, in theory, the potion of cure moderate wounds should deal and potentially heal more than what damage it was dealt with, but it's a bit of a gamble.
I don't know. What do you want to do with it, Hal?
I don't know, what's it worth? Look at.
Selling price would be around 1,250.
It's barely worth it.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's barely worth it at that. We may as well keep it for the potions it can make.
Yeah, if we get ability damage, we're probably going to want to use it.
Okay.
You want to carry it around, dude?
Sure. What's it called?
An extraction scarificator.
Okay.
I have a lesser rod of metamagic elemental. What does that do?
Essentially, for spells level 1 to 3, any spell that deals elemental damage, the caster can choose another element, such as acid, electricity, fire, cold.
And switch it.
No, it deals half the regular damage, half the other one, I believe.
And it can be used. It can be used on 3 spells a day, right?
Yes.
Linz, it's going to be yours because I have no elemental spells.
What's it called?
A lesser rod of metamagic elemental.
So essentially, you can do a half fire, half lightning bolt, which might be useful if something shows a resistance to electricity.
Or a half acid, half a lightning bolt.
Got it.
Yes.
Do you have any? Do you have any other elemental type spells?
Just lightning bolt, I think, at the minute.
Well,
I'm going to check the words of it to see if it could be used with Sonic as well, because an ear-piercing screech could be made into it.
It's not normally for elemental, is it? Sonic's not considered elemental usually.
Actually, you could. You choose one energy type: acid, cold, electricity, or fire. You may replace a spell's normal damage with that energy type, or split the spell's damage. Okay, so you can replace it entirely.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and since it says normal damage, she could in fact make a fiery, piercing scream.
But it doesn't say Sonic in there, just acid, cold, electricity.
No,
or
no,
fire.
no. That's what I said.
Oh, you replace.
You replace, so you can replace any kind of damage. Even if something, say, did bludgeoning damage, you could replace it with fire.
That's a little strange.
It is a little, but it's not.
That's a little strange.
Nice though.
But strange.
It's still,
Okay.
again, useful. Again, make the acid bolt or fire bolt instead of lightning bolt.
Right. You got that, Boo?
I've got it written down.
You can do it 3 times per day on spells of levels 3 or less. Okay, Orb of Consumption.
Ooh.
So that does things that I'm not sure you will want to use. This cruel Thessalonian device could not seem less intimidating, appears yada yada yada. When it is held in both hands and its command word is spoken, a pulsing light throbs at the core of the sphere, and the sound of an ongoing exhalation of breath emanates from the orb. This effect lasts for as long as the user concentrates, up to a maximum of 6 rounds per day. All creatures within 10 feet of the orb that possess an intelligence of 3 or higher, save the orb's user who is immune to the effect, as long as it's held, must succeed at a DC 15 will save or be compelled to approach the sphere and touch it. This save is required every round. The creatures remain within 10 feet of the user and the orb. This is a mind-affecting sonic effect. The first applicable creature to touch an active orb of consumption takes 1d2 points of constitution damage and 1d2 points of wisdom damage. A successful DC 15 will save negates this damage. The life energy and sanity consumed by the orb grant the user a +4 enhancement bonus to charisma for 1 hour per point of constitution or wisdom damage dealt. Additional uses do not increase the bonus to charisma, but do increase the duration of the effect.
Nice. What's it worth?
5,000.
That seems like not a lot of money. What do we think? Do we keep the creepy orb or not?
Could come in handy. I mean, you're going to at least tie people up with fascination with it.
Fascination, what do you mean?
Well, if they're in 10 feet of it, they're compelled to...
Approach the person holding it,
Yeah.
and then one person touches it and the rest smack the person holding it. I never thought it was. I never thought it was a good combat item. Hello.
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 I can hear you, but I don't really have much to say in this. It's your choice.
And all of a sudden the buzzing stopped. Everything just went really quiet for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think,
we-
Lens?
I can't even pretend to vaguely understand much of what it does, so
It allows us to basically drain stats from people and turn it into a charisma bonus.
well, if we keep it and try and use it, then we're just going to have some big alignment conversation halfway down the line with it.
Oh. I think we're a little less. I think we have a little less problem in the moral department than we used to.
You're the charisma-driven character, although...
Well, how about I keep it and see if we can use it? I mean, I could always get Alex to pour it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Here, hold this.
No, touch this. Don't hold this.
Touch my orb.
Orb of con. If nothing else, I can put it on a stick and use it as something nice to look at.
An incredibly cruel ornament.
It's a good trick at parties as long as I turn it off before someone touches it.
Oh, come on. It's a
Everyone-
great trick if somebody touches it.
Everyone approach the orb. Okay. We have a book called From the Minds of Monsters.
Written in Thessalonian, I believe we said.
So
Right
it's
now,
called
Alex still
it's
knows
called
the
because none of us can read. Oh, Alex can read it.
Yes.
What does it do?
That's the one that acts as a renewable tome of intelligence.
Okay, so she may as well have it and read it.
Okay.
And then teach
So
us
she
all Thessalonian.
That's the next step, right? So she's reading that. All right, no weapons and armor in the bag. I have various potions and alchemical doohickeys. I have 2 elixirs of love.
Um,
Pardon?
you keep them.
And keep them. I was figuring they'd be quite witchy, to be honest.
You could sell them to young lovers or people who want their love, but is
No, we
right
could
to
sell
them.
them. So what you're saying is we could sell them to young rapists.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, you don't sell them to young lovers. You sell them to young or old rapists. It's the rapey potion. You know it's true.
Not
It's the
denying
root
it.
fee.
Or to get the free drinks from the barmaid.
Exactly. So.
I'm certain Nick just teleported in somewhere just then.
But with the word rapey.
Yeah.
Yes. Nick likes the word rapey.
Excellent.
So, Linz, do you want 2 potions of love to go with your witchiness?
Well, if my kind of MO is like scarificating and
Just-
putrefying food and drink, I'm not really sure that 2 potions of love are really along the same line.
They just smell kind of witchy to me.
You just use them
Like,
to cause
have a
chaos
post-
and stuff.
Yeah, just use them for the chuckles. Like drop them into people's drinks at random in the bar.
Make that douche in the corner fall in love with a goose or something.
That's right. I don't think it works on geese, does it?
I don't know.
Just
Let's
walk
see.
into a bar full of farmers and see how much gay love you can get going on.
In the guard room.
Right, right. You've got 2, so you can make them fall in love with each other.
Written it down.
Good.
Forever long that lasts.
We have an elixir of truth.
That sounds nasty.
It is nasty.
Hal,
Yes.
it's first creature they see after consuming the draft.
Oh, geez.
Creature.
That's really terrible.
So when you do baleful polymorph someone, you can get them an owner by using an elixir of love.
Here you go. Here's a mouse for you with a strength of 35.
That's
An elixir of truth.
good if we have to interrogate somebody.
I'll take it. Not that I don't trust you, thing.
Ah.
Elixir of truth be mine. Okay, stone salve.
What does it do? Can't be expecting of us to jump up
Sorry.
and down.
Stone salve reverses petrification, I believe.
Yeah.
Can
Or you can
possibly
give a-
also be used to cast stone,
Stone
skin.
skin. Yeah.
Yeah. So either you can turn a statue back to a person, or you can cast stone skin on yourself.
Well, assuming the statue was once a person.
Yes. Otherwise, yeah, that's right.
Let's see. Maybe
That'd
maybe
be
it's
nice,
just stone
right?
to flesh.
That would be lovely, right? You just have a big pile of flesh in the shape of a statue.
Returns the creature to flesh as the stone to flesh, but it says if applied to a petrified creature.
Yeah. So it's either it either unpetrifies a creature or allows them to have stone skin on.
Are we considering it a healing item?
Well, it's either healing or defensive.
Yeah. Should I take it?
You're the one that did stone stuff last time, so
I'll take it. We have a potion of displacement.
Handy.
Good for AC increases. A mischance?
It's a mischance. I think it's a 50% mischance.
That's nice. Who would like a 50% mischance?
what kind? I don't put it in
It's
context.
it's a combat thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't mind it.
Take it. We have 4 potions of cure serious wounds. That sounds like 1 each to me.
Yep.
So that's a potion of cure serious. Yeah, my character sheet's filling up nicely. And we have 2 potions of lesser restoration.
I wouldn't mind one of those.
Take it. Should I take the other? Although I can cast the spell.
Yeah, you can give it to Alex, and she can
Okay.
pour it down somebody. If
Alex
you
can have the 1 potion of lesser restoration that remains. We then have 1 spell book that I think has to go to Lindsay.
Unfortunately, unless she learns
That's
Thassalon.
Well, she'll learn it.
Yeah.
Does
Sure
she have
can
to know
learn
it? Oh, I guess that's only scrolls she teaches her.
I think she can use a spell book. I'd have to look it up.
I think she can copy the spell. I think she can use the spell book to teach her familiar.
Yeah.
Like she could copy us, because she's got to learn her spells from somewhere, right? So she could teach her familiar then.
Yeah.
That's how I always understood it.
Well, I mean, the other thing is if she has to use scrolls to do it. I'm just
Yeah.
not sure if she can use spell books as well. I think she can.
I think so too. I think that would make sense, because as long as it's written down, the idea is the familiar learns it in the same way you scribe it from one book to another.
And I'm pretty sure there's some witchy spells amongst there.
Charm
Can you still-
person.
Yeah. Can you still read directly from a cast from the book like you would a scroll?
She's
By
not a
sacrificing.
wizard, so no.
I know. But I mean, if it functions like a scroll normally for...
There's lesser geese in there as well. I bet that's on her list.
I think most of those level 4 ones probably are.
I'm going to say in Charm
Yeah.
Monster, Crushing Despair, Reckless Infatuation.
Phantasmal Killer. Nice.
Very good. Linz, you have a spell book.
Yes, I've written it down.
You
Yeah.
might want to keep all those spells on the.
That's what I was going to do. I'll leave it on the list. Okay, so I have 2 scrolls. I have 1 scroll of Symbol of Sleep. Is that a clerical spell or an arcane spell?
Again, usually I'm pretty good with scrolls that if you can cast it, you can cast it.
So who can cast Symbol of Sleep?
Probably not me, not what I've heard of.
Might be both of you. Let's see. I think symbol spells are divine as well.
I think they are.
Yeah. It is cleric and witch.
Is it Oracle? Oh, yeah, it's Oracle, because I have all the
Yes.
clerical spells. Would you like it, or shall I have it, my love? What level is it?
It is level 5. So
it makes
again, Lindsay could actually learn it by potentially sacrificing it and making the spellcraft check.
Okay, how about Animate Dead? Is that both?
Yes, I believe it is.
Does witches get Animate Dead?
I'm going to check. It's definitely cleric, because you can have your evil necromancy clerics.
I can.
It is not witch.
Okay, Linz, you have the Scroll of Symbol of Sleep, and I will
Okay.
take the Scroll of Animate Dead.
Ooh, you can make zombies.
Absolutely. Don't think I'm morally inclined not to use it, because I ain't.
After
Well,
all,
I'm-
why should you get dirty when some skeleton can instead?
Exactly. Why should I be lifting that when there's some dead dude around? Okay, good. We have journals and sketches. We have a black scale, whatever that's for.
The journal seems to indicate it has some sort of membership significance with a gang in Magnamar.
Okay, very good. We have items that we got on this trip, which is a rug worth 1,000 gold pieces, 2 sets of schematics worth 2,000 gold pieces each, and some kind of beastie head that we were going to sell to a tavern for like 5 gold.
All those just for the sale pile.
Can we sell those, Lockhart? That would give us like 5,005 gold.
Yeah, that's fine.
Done. Sold. That's everything.
Yeah.
Just make sure you sell the schematics through, a blind source so that nobody knows we took them from the
Yes.
Ardoc family.
I'm sure they're not going to care. That's it. We have an empty party inventory now, people.
Excellent.
That's everything handed out.
All right.
See, I didn't make out like too much of a bandit.
Yes. My clothes slowly change color.
It does admittedly probably help that some of the characters could completely had all of their items sold.
Like the ones that turned in their inventory sheets.
Yes. Or didn't turn in the inventory sheets around.
All right, I never got round to it. I have like a job and stuff.
I know. So, you've spent the evening divvying stuff about and discussing and talking about these journals and these pathfinders and these artifacts that seem to be well sought after by quite a few people, it seems.
Now we all glow magically.
I don't think I'm glowing.
All right.
Just if somebody detects magic, they go blind.
I don't think we're that powerful yet.
I think the shards are.
Is everybody happy with what they have?
Mostly.
I have 4 boosted stats. How good is that?
Yeesh.
How about you, Linz? How many stats are you up?
3.
3 boosted stats. It's not bad either.
I don't really count going from -1 to 0 as much of a...
Hey, you've just dropped a negative. That's a good thing. You're now a normal person.
So I'm still
Okay.
down 6 hit points.
I'll cast Cure Light on him from my spell list.
Everyone after the evening will probably be at
I'll heal him. Seeing as he's a whiny child. He probably got it back from sleeping.
Mostly.
Good.
Oh,
There's
so
a
many
lot
lovely
of
things.
quiet people. Was that us sleeping?
Well, I need to know what you guys are doing.
All right, we finished with that. We have 5,000 gold if anyone needs anything.
There is that note in the book about requiring an ironstone to overcome the curse of these shards.
Oh, yeah. What kind of ironstone do we need for this next one?
Let's see. Do I have it at hand?
Let's see. This would probably be Wrath? No, Envy?
It is Gluttony
Here,
next.
Gluttony, that's right. So it needs a pink rhomboid ironstone.
A pink rhomboid.
Hey,
That's what
it's in the notes.
that's what Sheila's note says, yeah.
Nice. And how much is a pink rhomboid ironstone, Lockhart?
I want to say
They're all
8,000.
8,000. Seems a little steep.
Well, then I guess we just have to have Alex steal one for us.
It's
What?
a test. You can only play with us if you steal one of these.
Yeah, Constitution bonus 8,000.
Con bonus is nice.
Yeah.
They're probably the people to buy them from would be.
And probably one just got sold at the market since it wasn't in the loot.
The Arcanist Circle.
They sound exciting. Let's go talk to those people. See how much they'll sell it for.
Or I can use my Intimidate.
Yes.
All right.
Just intimidating as a fluffy chicken.
So you head to one of the Arcanist Circle workhouses. Unfortunately, I can't remember what particular district they're part of at the moment, and it doesn't tell me.
Oh,
God, it's just terrible, isn't it? Spending
Aye.
all this time and he just doesn't prepare.
Oh.
hey, Hal, between him and I, we're more prepared than you are
What? Prepared for what?
for this game.
Right? You totally are.
So I'd shut up if I were you.
I'm sorry, I was only kidding.
What was that?
Me dropping something.
Then we can
Get shit out of the dock.
Sorry.
then we can hunt down the stupid flying wizard.
So you enter a place with the symbol of a recognized seller of the Arcanist Circle, a place called Lucian Barrowman. It's a rather large place. You can various crates and stuff are set up, and the owner or owners possibly appear to be in the middle of constructing some sort of structure or possibly golem out of very large fossilized looking bones. One of them is either a necromancer or some cleric, as he seems to be ordering around the workhorses of the operation, which appear to be two zombified hill giants.
Nice.
Ooh.
Is that normal to see?
For Karamega, yeah,
Okay.
it's not the oddest thing. the question in Karamega is, how do you define the oddest thing that you see, really?
Okay. Well,
Nice.
there's the odd things that we see in like secret dark places, and then there's the odd things that we can see like happening on the street. And generally, we don't see things happening on the street very often.
I know for certain the district you're nearby this, if not inside, is Ankarte, which is the place where there are just undead servants constantly walking the streets with people, essentially.
Isn't that the one with the undead brothels, too?
Most of them, yes.
Mmm.
So, in any event, a woman with goggles pulled up and with glowing blue gloves walks over to you and says, "Hello there, what can I help you with?"
Greetings, madam. We're in the market for some items of magic, and we're told that your establishment may be able to provide such services.
Yes, certainly. We are newly established with the Arcanist Circle, but we do have a stock already. What is it in particular you're looking for?
We're looking for iron stone, particularly. We hear that they are powerful and useful for the adventuring types.
Yes, they certainly are. Is there one in particular that has caught your eye? Or
Perhaps we could see what you have in stock with regards to iron stones.
all right.
Do you make them? Do you make them yourselves?
Admittedly, myself, my contributions are currently more in regards to building constructs for the Arcanist Circle.
Okay.
The other stones that we have, are they obvious when we wear them?
You don't actually have the stones; they're part of the shard.
Okay. But we have the shard, and do we? The shard is not obvious about us, right?
It depends where you put it. They are actually fairly good as far as magical items go, because you can even keep them inside a handy haversack or a bag of holding, and you'll still count as the bearer, and they'll still function for you.
Nice.
I didn't know whether she could immediately see like that we had like a headband or whatever of them on.
Well, they could see your headbands and stuff, yes, but
Yeah, but I didn't know whether the iron stones that we already had were.
normal ion stones float around the head and are fairly obvious. But again, these ones are part of the shards, and the shards you just carry on your person somewhere. Again, probably in a backpack or a pocket, because as long as they're carried on you in some fashion, they still work.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool, really, for most magic items.
That's pretty cool.
I think I was getting the two things
Yes.
mixed together.
But in any event, she'll basically pull out a binder and flip to a page that shows rough sketches and colored drawings of ion stones, and they're a short list down of their properties.
It's like a catalog shop. How fun is that?
Well, I mean, when you're talking about magic items, she's not just going to bring out a drawer of ion stones, each worth thousands of gold pieces.
What color are we after again?
Pink.
Pink rhomboid, I believe.
Ah, okay. I will identify the pink rhomboid. Are there prices in this catalogue?
Yes, 8,000 gold pieces.
I think we're in the market for one of these pink ones here.
Yes,
Of course, he wants pink.
I do have one of those in stock at the shop. May I see the payment?
Well, perhaps we could negotiate the payment.
No, the Arcanist Circle is very strict on these. We produce a lot, but we also sell them at a very fixed rate.
That's a shame.
We can certainly assure you the quality.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm pretty certain they're of good quality, but 8,000 gold pieces seems like a lot.
Well, it is a very powerful and useful magic item, as you've said yourself.
True. So there is no room at all for any kind of negotiation on the price?
Not unless you are associated with the Arcanist Circle or have credit to trade in.
Credit would be what?
Well, if you are associated with Arcanist Circle and have perhaps gone on a quest for certain ingredients or something of that sort.
Ah, I see. So if we do a job, we get a consideration?
The Arcanist Circle does have favorable circumstances for those that have a period of past employment with the Circle.
And how would one get a period of past employment?
Well,
We've
I'm
done some
working
past
for them.
employment for them, dumbass.
Is there anything that you might need currently that would allow one to attain a period of past employment?
I'm afraid I'm just setting up right now and trying to get my own inventory to the Circle made, of which I currently have adequate supplies. She does kind of have a sidelong look for a moment.
What?
Well, it's just there is the fact that my supplies are a bit hard to come by, what with the Ardux and their construct crafting business trying to monopolize them.
Uh-huh.
We know nothing about that.
If you would be able to, say, procure significant crafting resources from them, a golem manual perhaps, or significant scrolls used in the crafting and creation of golems, like limited wish or something of that sort, I might find them useful.
Back to the house.
So if we happen to stumble across a limited wish scroll, you would like it?
Yes.
Wouldn't we use that to get the thing that we need?
Sorry, that's one of the spells used for golem crafting. And
That's
such.
crazy. Yes, I'm certain we could do something. I know just the place we may acquire some of this stuff.
All right.
You give us a day or so, we'll see what we can rustle up for you.
Very well.
All right.
You make knowledge local checks.
Sure.
Does anyone have knowledge local?
Nope.
Yes, I do.
Woo!
Have a knowledge, everybody.
Witchy woo, witchy woo. Witchy woo.
I have intimidate.
Intimidate local.
Yes.
Juniper.
Hey.
So Juniper, by taking a look around the workshop and what Luciana is wearing, you kind of get the impression that she looks, and her operation looks a lot like that of the Arduct family. Like things like the glowing gloves and the goggles and all that she wears looks like the stuff that the Arduct family wears as it is. And in fact, some of the equipment, like the stabilizers holding up the golem in part of construction, look as though of the same material as a lot of the other things you've seen in the Biz District.
So, like, she's stealing it?
Did we get her
Or
name?
like she's part of the family?
Could be either.
Did we get her full name?
She just gave you her first one.
Sorry.
Okay, she said she was newly established, so there's possibly gossip about her as well if one wished to ask.
Yeah, let's go ask around in the nearby area.
All right, so just heading to, say, a local tavern or something, or
A local tavern, a shopkeeper nearby, something like that.
I mean, certainly there's other shops across the street.
Let's try a shop across the street. Let's go browse one that
All right.
has like an open front or something.
So Oscar's Bat Guano Emporium.
Sounds amazing.
I was there just last week.
Yes.
You need your bat guano for your fireball spells.
Yep.
Hello, sir. Hello. How can I help you? Finest
Oscar!
high sulfur, low sulfur, whatever you need.
Amazing. Oh, it's such variety in your stock here, sir.
Yes.
I can't. How do you work with all that noise from that workshop?
I mean, it is a bit of a new one, but what could you say? She's part of the circle, so you can't complain too loudly.
Is she one of those Ardocs?
You know, I've been suspecting it. She came in here with all this equipment and stuff like that. She's making constructs. You know, one time when I was in there, I brought a shipment of high sulfur material for her, and I swear I saw the book she was using said designs by Luciana Ardoc.
That's interesting.
But of course that can't be, otherwise Ardocs probably would have a contract on her pretty soon.
What, for building constructs outside of their purview?
Well, yes. She's joined up with the Arcanist Circle.
We just run away and upset that somebody has restricted what she can do with her allowance or something.
Well, I mean,
Girl.
it's not about that. I mean, there's a reason they call them the Ardoc brothers, after all.
Well, maybe she's an Ardoc sister. Interesting.
Maybe. I don't know. Guess we'll keep an eye on. Be ready to cast a protection against fire spell if the workshop blows up. You know what I mean?
Right. So, Juniper, are you in need of any bat guano?
Always.
I believe this menthol guano is right up your alley.
Yeah, I'll take a bag of your finest, please.
All right, right. He will give you a bag of his finest for a whopping 1 gold piece.
Woo.
Thanks.
You have a bag of exotic bat guano made from the white fruit bats of, I don't know,
somewhere.
Orisian. How
Yes.
do you say that Egyptian? I can't.
I think it's Orisian. Yes, Orisian.
Orisian?
I think so.
Fed on the fleeting mangoes of the occasional oasis within the vast desert.
Sounds perfect for what I have in mind. Thank you, kind sir.
Now we just need a paper bag and put it on the guy's porch.
Exotic for the kind of shenanigans, I feel.
No, dung bomb.
So that's information you have. From what Oscar says, at least.
That doesn't actually tell us anything. We need a little more.
So the family's all brothers. They don't officially get to play with the normal family trade.
No, the women certainly help out, but they're none of the big names for whatever reason.
I have this horrible image of that other woman looking like Felicia Day and just having like a hissy fit because her brothers are allowed to do stuff and she's not. And now I want to kill her. Because everybody knows how much I love Felicia Day.
Yes.
I mean, the only other accurate source of information about if she is a part of the Ardoc family or what it is would be to ask the family themselves.
Another family we've just pissed off.
I haven't pissed off anybody.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, I might skip on that house visit.
Why don't we go back to that house and check if it's quiet? If it's quiet, we can nick a load of stuff. And if we can do that, we can trade it off for the thing we need with this chick, and she can take her arguments elsewhere.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay, we'll return to the house and see how bad it is.
I was going to say it's somewhat of a shame that you sold all that stuff like the
Roads?
the schematics and stuff before.
The what?
The schematics you sold them before you got to her.
You're right. This is true. Hey, what do we know? Oh, the only reason we have 5,000 gold is because we sold those schematics.
It's true.
We're not very wealthy.
That we can look at selling, or that we can look at trading to get to the things we need.
We have a few items, but they're not worth a great deal yet.
I know, but a few items that aren't worth a great deal might actually add up to,
A huge amount.
well, not a huge amount, but more than we have.
If people don't know Arctic Boy's gone missing, though, we might be able to just pick up some more stuff in his place.
Well, the other option is we could sell the orb of consumption. I think he said it was worth 5,000. That would get us enough to buy this thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because 5,000 plus like just some things being sold is going to make us what we need.
Or we can return to this house, see if it's unoccupied, and rape it for a bunch of stuff and see if that makes us the money.
House rape! House rape!
That sounded like hell rape,
Don't do it.
which I, for one, am all for.
Don't do it. I'm not up for the bum fun.
Sure, you say that.
Let's go scout out the house and see if it's empty. If it's still empty, we can go back in and finish up what we started.
All right. So as you enter into the district, there does seem to be a heavier presence of combative golems walking the street.
Yeah, we can make.
Much more people are kind of whispering to each other and talking at length as you kind of pass by various stalls and stuff. As
You know
you,
what happened?
hmm?
Oh, no, thanks.
No, if you want to ask something, you can talk about it.
I think he
Nice.
was faux whispering.
Yeah.
Yes. Eventually, you'll reach the area of the wall, and you can see that the wreckage of the lift has been cleared away. Otherwise, you see the usual stairway.
Juniper,
Yes.
might it be possible for you to use your witchling talents and potentially investigate the area up there by while unseen and airborne?
You know altogether far too much about what I'm able to do.
Hey, what can I say? I'm wise beyond my years. That's a lie. I'm tremendously charismatic.
Is there anybody not obviously watching in the area? Or...
Is there anybody not obviously watching the area?
Exactly.
He finds the one guy looking at something else.
I think I'll make a perception check. You can,
Oh,
if you
well.
wish. You may make perception checks.
17.
You do notice, walking along the length of the wall, whereas yesterday it was pretty empty, in the small distance you do see that there appears to be now a patrol of perhaps one or two, or it's hard to say exactly, the wall does curve. For use my stupid eyes.
I couldn't remember what tense it was in, so I used the wrong one again.
Um,
Oh,
Juniper rolls a 17 to use my stupid eyes.
for you, stupid eyes.
For use my stupid eyes. That's funny.
you do see a small patrol of golems walking along the wall of entryways to higher mansions. I mean, you're able to again keep some distance and not seem too obvious, and they're fairly farly spaced, sparsely spaced even, but they are there and walking.
Space is not that's not acceptable.
Yes.
No, farley spaced
Farley
is
spaced.
bad. That's terrible.
Yes.
One Gris Farley apart.
I mean, essentially, basically every 5 minutes or 10 minutes or so, one of them is going to walk past, and then there's again a fair distance of nothing in between until another one walks past.
Perhaps it's just general increase in guards because something happened in that house.
Hmm?
There's no guarantee that the house itself isn't just standing vacant right now.
Nope. No guarantee.
So I think we need an invisible flyby to be 100% certain.
Okay. I'm on it. What do I need to do? Do I need to cast anything?
You'll do you have invisibility on you? Keep forgetting what your prepared spells are.
Prepared spells include invisibility.
If you want to be invisible, you want to cast invisibility. Then you'll want to start activating some uses of minutes of your flight hex, I imagine.
Yes. I have 9 minutes a day,
Okay.
which do not
9
use.
minutes.
I do not have to use them concurrently,
No.
but I have to use them in 1 minute increments apparently.
So let me just get something.
Not that I've spent all day trying to read up and assimilate most of this knowledge.
Assimilate the witch into your brain. How you liking her?
She was great until you offloaded a bunch of tat on me.
I'm sorry. Until we emptied
Yeah,
a bunch
I've
of
had-
items on top.
Yeah, have a extraction scarificator.
Just put it in your bag. You'll never use it.
Well, why did I have to have it then?
Because it's witchy.
No, my witch is witchy.
It could be Orky.
Mm.
All right. So, quick flyby. Does not notice anything particular. However, it is very clear that things have been cleaned up.
I got peeking in some windows and sticking our heads over things and.
No. How? You're not flying.
Oh no.
And right now, she's just on a flyby.
Okay.
But just flying by, again, you can see things like the tendriculus bodies are gone. The lurker above is gone. Also, it would appear that the trash pile to the right of the house has kind of been sorted through somewhat. It looks much cleaner and separated into things which are clearly trash and things that are maybe salvageable gear or something like that.
Okay.
Are you looking at any windows in particular or something, or?
Which was the room that had the troll was in this thing, right?
That would be the
At the
workshop.
top.
Yeah.
There are indeed windows there.
Well, it had no roof. It had no roof at the.
Yeah, and there's also windows. Apparently,
Oh.
if the wall is to be trusted.
Okay, I want to see what the space that the troll was in is what state that's in.
All right. Inside there, you can see that there is currently a young man wearing again some of the gear recognizable as being part of the Ardocs. Do I have a picture of this fellow?
They would never expect us to hit the place twice.
So we did it so well last time.
Is there a way that I
Smooth.
can aware that while I'm doing stuff like this, I can be aware that there would potentially be somebody around that is also invisible?
If you cast see invisibility on yourself as well, you'd be able to see any invisible people.
Okay.
But that's who you see. He appears to be kind of sorting through the debris and the machinery left here as well, kind of very carefully tinkering it apart, taking a look at some notes and stuff and all the other things around the room, sorting it out, essentially making a sense of the whole mess. Also with him are two humanoid shapes that appear to be made of rough cut wood, but also have a glowing rune in the middle of them, which looks something...
Is he talking to them?
No,
Okay.
they appear to be just kind of standing in by the corners of the room.
Wood golems?
They are smaller, they're more human-sized. So, yes. If I'm gonna... So you are looking at a window. Party is standing outside somewhere. And...
Being nonchalant.
And I am reusing these tokens from here. And I'm going to move them into the mansion.
No use the tokens.
All right. So yes, that is what you see in the workshop. Are you doing anything else?
They're not visible to us.
I know.
Big
I'm
black
working on it.
square. Okay.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
no.
Oh, that's right. That's the bathroom we never went into, red and black squares.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes me a little difficulty moving from thing to thing.
Yeah, I had that problem when I was around thing as well.
Shit.
So I will. There's nothing else for me to see. I will take my self back to the party.
Okay.
I will. So if I tug on one of their sleeves, does that make me visible?
No, but I believe you can dispel it at will if you wish.
Okay, I don't want to dispel it in the middle of the street. So I'll let one of them know that I'm back, and I'll get them to come somewhere where there's no people, so I can become visible again without causing a.
All right, you're able to sink into an alleyway and become visible easily enough.
Yeah. Report back what I've seen.
Hello.
Yes. Well, there's one of those Ardoc for other people up there, and some kind of construct, although they're a bit odd looking.
Any idea what they were?
I don't think I do.
That'd be knowledge arcana, I believe, if you want to see if you know in character what they are.
Okay. Let's have a look. $21 for that check.
I believe you're able to identify them as wood golems. The whole general, rather resistant to magic type stuff about them.
Oh, okay. That's not good.
Let's see.
Resistant to magic. Maybe like we're expecting somebody to be around.
Maybe.
He looked like he was looking for something.
Difficult to say whether he was looking or whether he was just kind of examining and doing a thorough investigation of the house, possibly cataloging stuff for the family.
He's salvaging a little, maybe.
Possibly.
So you said that the side of the building, he seems to have sorted it into piles of useful and not useful?
Yes.
Juniper?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So why don't we just fly up and steal all the useful stuff?
Well,
You
sort of
suddenly
piles.
developed you could fly.
Oh, I can't fly. I can levitate.
Well, how long did I fly for just then?
I mean, well, you probably flew for, let's see, taking a decent look inside, call it 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not gonna be able to steal an awful lot on my own for.
There is also, of course, unless someone is very knowledgeable about crafting constructs, just because he sorted them into piles is tricky. What uses he has for them?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Let me just get so.
We could go back and tell that woman about it.
Yeah, maybe.
We could
See if
say,
she's
look,
interested.
we
We've
can't
heard
make
that
your-
perhaps we should say that we've heard that there's been an incident at this house, and that potentially there's equipment in there that might be available. And would she be interested if she managed to acquire some via some means?
Well, we can say that we came past here and we saw that there were piles. But
Or maybe we could say we heard from a shopkeeper that the place something had occurred there, and they were now sorting out the equipment that's in there.
yeah,
If
but
we
we
keep
would,
going back and forth, they might just taken away by the time we get back.
Well, true.
If we're going to be offering her the stuff, why don't we just try and take it now then?
Partly because we're not really sure what each pile of whatever is going to be.
And I mean, one thing here that was a rubbish heap all the same.
Yeah.
So even if there's things that, again, this might be the equivalent of if he's finding things to save maybe 10 or 5 gold pieces there, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's the rest of the house we never looked through.
There's certainly the rest of the house, yes.
So we're trying to find things to give her so that she will give us a discount on something that we can already just about afford to buy.
Yeah.
This is kind of pointless.
Oh, it's treasure hunting.
Well, it is.
It's looting.
But
It's up to you guys, but if you loot, you gain more money essentially by not having to sell stuff.
we do, but it seems that we should pick and choose our looting, and we've already been in this thing effectively twice as different characters. We've not come out that great at a time. It might be time to just not go back in there again for a third time.
We could go back into the death room and see if we can kill that dude and his golems. I bet he's got some good magic items.
A fourth time straight out, I'm sure, but 3, yeah, we might be able to do that.
I'm easy. If we can find some stuff to sell and just buy this thing, we can carry on going forward.
I don't mind. This is what happens sometimes. Things you get involved in get really convoluted, and you can't really remember why you're doing something, and it's not kind of, when you take a step back, it's like, oh well, that's not really that much of a kind of big deal to us anyway. It seems kind of one of those, you know what I mean, Hal, don't you?
I know what you mean, sweetie.
Try and explain it better for me.
I mean,
You
it's the whole point of typically a side quest. It's completely optional. Yes, if you want, there's a potential reward for going through with this and trying to get more money out of it. But at the same time, there's risk involved, and it's an extra thing that's not necessarily related to your main quest.
See, I don't avoid side quests. I see all of them as potentially like part of whatever, but this one just seems, going back into that thing again for like a kind of hazy at best reason, seems a bit
I can agree with that.
Okay.
So
So we're just going to try and sell existing stuff.
well, unless
to
we
get the money
can
for them.
figure out a better handle on what the guy's doing up there.
I think he's just cataloguing and sorting what's there to figure out what's useful.
Then I don't really see much being tossed around that was striking me as, I don't know, nothing jumped out and said, hello, I'm worth $5 million.
Well, what items do you have that you don't give a shit about that we handed out just then?
The extractor thing.
How much was that worth, Lockhart, you said?
I think he said it would be hard to sell.
that was worth 1,250, and in Karamega, fairly easy to sell.
Oh, okay.
Not too hard to sell here. Everywhere else, really weird and hard to sell. Okay, so that's 1,250. We are short, what have we got, 5,000. So we're short 3,000. So we need about another 2,000 or 1,700. Thing, you got anything?
I don't suppose any people have actual extra gold in that amount.
I have a little amount, but not a lot.
I don't know how much I have.
I've got about 1,400.
Jesus. You have 1,400 gold.
Didn't do anything.
I have 192 gold. You clearly
Yeah, I
weren't
didn't spend-
spending.
Yeah, because I couldn't afford anything else good for 2,000.
Really? You'd have got like a cloak of protection or something.
I have 700 gold, but I've got 2 potions of love.
What are potions of love worth?
Let's take a look. Elixirs.
Yes, they're elixirs.
Not much. 75 gold pieces each.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Maybe we can give the woman one.
The
Make her fall in love.
what dusts did you have?
Appearance, illusion, and dryness.
Yeah.
Illusion is 600, dryness is 425, and appearance are 900 each.
Okay, so 2 dusts of appearance and the scarificator gives us enough.
Yeah, it's all my stuff we're selling all of a sudden. That's fine.
You're funny.
Yeah, the person who makes the common sense thing has their wrists slapped by losing all of their stuff. Yeah, okay.
What, common sense isn't stealing some more stuff to sell?
Oh,
Are you happy doing that, sweetie? We could probably find it elsewhere.
I'm
What's-
absolutely fine. doing
Are you
it.
sure? Okay, so we flog the scarificator and 2 dusts of appearance from Juniper's new
Well,
inventory items.
I only had one anyway.
What?
Yeah, you had the other appearance, I think, Hal.
No, I didn't. Did I? No, I didn't write it down. Did
Alex?
Alex have it?
Alex
No.
had it.
No, we gave it to Thing.
Hmm.
Because he'd be in combat.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Done.
All right.
We buy the Thing.
You buy the thing. She
Yeah.
thanks you for your custom and asks you to stop by next time you're in search of a magic item.
Sure, thanks. Cheers. Bye.
If you can give her an address, perhaps she can give you information if the Arcanist Circle is looking for particular ingredients or something.
We
did
give her an
think of-
address.
Of the side quest. I just meant to not go into that place again for the 3rd time. I wasn't trying to shorten the whole entirety of the thing.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Right. Mm.
I think it was a fine way to go too, sweetie.
It wasn't what I was trying to do. I was just trying not to go back in to try and figure out what some guy was doing sorting out some rubbish.
It's good. Happy.
And then all of a sudden I'm like being punished by having my shit taken away from me.
It's not punished.
Uh-huh.
You can. Okay, what have we got? We have an iron stone, right?
You have a pink rhomboid ion stone,
Which
is a +2 Constitution bonus to whoever can
Who
use
would
that.
like +2 Constitution?
Everyone?
Yeah.
Yep, everybody. Who has the crappiest Constitution right now?
Minus 14.
Mine is 10, but I already have a con item, so I don't want it.
That's not true, is it?
What?
You don't want it.
Well, it's no good to me because I already have a con item.
That's different to you not wanting it.
Okay, I'd like it because it looks cool spinning around your head, but other than that, it's not going to do anything for me.
Well, that's quite a lot less obvious in the Wayfinder.
It's
Yeah,
true, it's quite less obvious inside the
You
Wayfinder.
probably want to give the Wayfinder to whoever is getting the ion stone.
Yes. Can you just embed it in their face like they used to do in the olden days?
That's a rather risky surgery to do so, I believe.
Yes.
I'll do the
And it would
same.
probably cost more money.
I have pop-ups on my screen that say, your connection to the server has been interrupted. Anything you do now, we'll attempt to send you back to go back online.
Yeah, I have
But-
that too.
Yes.
But to be on the safe side, you might want to stop doing anything important. You might want to check our status site for more info.
I have that
Yep.
too.
I'm saying that's on Roll20.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Downtime in real-time shards.
Oh, we're not doing too much within Roll20 at the moment, are we?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, we're
I
good.
imagine we're probably actually going to want to stop pretty soon, because I think it's getting pretty late for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting on. It's 11:45 here.
Yeah. So, furthermore, the resonant power of the pink rhomboid and the Wayfinder,
Oh, yeah, there's a resilient.
apparently so, seems to be a +1 bonus on reflex saves.
Nice.
Strange for a con item.
Pink rhomboid, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, +1 bonus on reflex.
Nice.
So it gets +1 reflex, +2 con.
If it's in the Wayfinder, but of course that seems to be the thing.
Yeah.
Which makes Wayfinders kind of really good that they can just give you a +1 reflex out of that for their small cost.
That's nice. That's pretty
Yeah.
nice. So, who needs extra hit points? How many hit points you got, Linz?
52.
Thing?
72, because I'm the fighter.
72, because I'm the fighter. I like that. How much does Alex have?
41.
Oof. That's a tiny amount.
She is 2 levels behind you.
Yeah, that's a small
And she
thing.
isn't doing bad for an NPC, considering she has half of the blooming good stuff that keeps coming up in the
Yeah, you're right.
inventory stuff.
I'm edging towards giving it to Lindsay for the extra hit points that she'll get.
And how many extra hit points do I get?
You'll get 9.
Nine.
9?
9.
Does not seem that many.
Well, what will it take you from?
52 to 61.
Yeah.
Well, sure, what about you?
I have no use for it. I already have a con item.
Well,
Well, the other option is to give it to Thing and give him 9 more hit points. And a slightly better reflex save.
It might not be bad, because honestly 72 seems pretty low for your front liner.
Yeah, I guess that is fair. We are level 9. You not got toughness or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
this thing we're talking about. He's
Yeah,
gonna make
you're
a
right.
fighter. It's going to be like somewhat crippled in some fashion.
That's right. He's just wimpy on the hit points, I guess.
Find out in like 6 game sessions time that he didn't actually put any armor on or something.
Well, that's all he is. Find out there's nothing in there. It's just armor walking about with us.
It's remote
with
armor.
the orc head and the helmet.
It's remote control armor. It's much safer that way.
Yes. So,
I think we'll give it to Thing. Makes sense.
all right.
Yeah,
so
seems
Thing,
fair.
you
And
get
I will
+2
give him.
con.
I'll give him my Wayfinder.
I'm a pathfinder.
touch my orb of consumption.
Yes. All right, and since it is getting late, and I don't think we really want to jump quite into the next section as with this time, shall we end it there?
It seems reasonable.
Sounds good to me.
Lens, you ready to stop?
Well, I haven't got anything to do tomorrow, so I can carry on.
All right, kids. We're gonna. You want to do anything else to do, Lockhart? Bookkeeping or anything?
I think we're pretty good. We handed out experience early, and I don't think you guys got any particular experience.
No, I
since.
think we're good. Okay, so I will stop the recorder, kids, and it's hopefully not clipped too badly, and we can actually use this. But it settled down a lot after a while.
Yeah. Oh,
So
admittedly, we also turned off our webcams and stuff too. So
We did,
Yeah.
but what I'm thinking is every bastard down here pissed off to bed.
maybe.
Is what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is happening. I think our area is just overly saturated. But I mean, that must mean that their quality of online stuff is also affected, right?
In theory, I mean it.
They're not trying to do anything like this.
Well, I mean, if they're streaming Netflix, it's going to buffer for them because, we're maxed out.
Yeah.
But it can
Really?
buffer for them.
You really think
Oh,
that
yeah, you're right. It can buffer, whereas we're streaming it live.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
also trying to use 3 connections, which might make your load a bit more than some people.
Well, the guy said we had a pretty heavy load.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, there might be some fairness rules where they're throttling you relative to other people
So,
if
so
you use it a lot.
just so I know for my recording here, have you cut it, Cal, or are we still on?
I haven't stopped it yet, but I'm about to.
All right. So,
Are we ready?
so bye, listeners.
Bye. Lens?
I said bye. You just all were louder.
Say it again. We all like to hear you last.
Bye.